Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Where's the music?
Oh
There
yeah,
it is.
I hear it.
It's there, my friend.
Hello, yes it is.
Goodness,
All right.
snuck up on me.
Oh,
You
Give me
did.
an oh yeah. Give me an oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan.
Oh, MaTsDaGgerX!
And I'm
Sorry. Looking at chat.
I'm currently pulling my bodice load to impress a man.
And I am Ryan's brother Dan, and I am a mule-headed, stone-willed fool of a man.
And
we
this
are
is
the LeafCast. And this is the way to leave.
And this is the LeafCast, and this is episode 66. And we are discussing chapters 6 and 7 of The Shadow Rising. And before we begin, everyone, guys, gals, and in-betweeners, and bothers.
Goodness. Yeah, MaTsDaGger.
Everythers.
What am I
Fiery
missing?
fool.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh dang it. Barbecue corn nuts, I agree. Way better than that corn ranch stuff.
All right, let me start over. Guys, gals,
Thank you,
in-betweeners, and bothers. Thank you all for coming, and a hearty welcome to the LeafCast, a weekly first-time reader live stream that airs every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're new to this show, do keep in mind that this show is a spoiler-free show up to the chapters we are discussing. So if you've not read beyond that, you are safe. But as such, sit back and follow along as our first-time readers experience the Wheel of Time for the first time.
And as I turn my book right side up.
Yeah. We are upside-down readers.
We're on the Shadow Rising.
I'm
This
very
is
talented.
chapter 6 and 7 for this week.
Yep.
And before we start, let me thank you all for being here. Let me ask you to please hit that thumb button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the
Thumb
bell
button.
so you get the thumb button.
There's two
Well,
thumbs.
there's the thumb up.
Yeah, we want
Well,
the thumb
no,
up, bro.
make a choice.
That's the one
Make
we
a
want
choice.
you to hit. The thumb up button.
Make a choice. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to vote.
That's
vote.
true.
Go-
You're
go
right.
vote.
Oh my
Go
gosh.
vote.
Wow, look at you and your mask.
right.
Your little protective voting mask. You're
God should be with us
so
soon.
woke.
If you,
Dan
if you
wants
like-
you to see
You
democracy.
so woke.
okay.
We love you, Dan.
He's so
Thank
woke.
you. Thank you. If you like what you see here, we do content each and every week, a couple times a week. We have a Patreon, we have a Discord, we have a Facebook, we have all kinds of things. So please go ahead and try to find us on the internet if you like what we're doing. Cool.
Well done, Dan. Yes. Yeah,
you.
obligatory.
With this kind of
yeah.
thumbs up.
We start this chapter off with the drinking obligation because Moraine busts into the room. This is chapter 6, Doorways. This is an Elaine point of view chapter. This is right on the heels of chapter 5. And Moraine had burst into the room with storm clouds in her eyes. And she says, Randall Thor is a mule-headed, stone-willed fool of a man. It also goes on for Elaine to think that she heard that you could weave silk from pig bristles before you can make a man anything but a man. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and say thank you, Robert Jordan, for that weird gender analogy. And
Hey, just because Todd is not live, he still needs a drink, though. He's trying to get on.
he's
What a mule-headed man.
he's oiling his beard amongst all them green aja. She thinks a couple times. Elaine thinks that Randall Thor really has no right in anything he's doing. Says Rand kept dancing in her head. He had no right. This is a common thing that we hear in these chapters about what kind of right Rand has. But they are
Apparently the rights to all women that want to maybe be with him. It seems. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah, it does get into this is a weird chapter. This one's weird. The next one's cool. This one's kind of weird. So Moraine like talks to Joya and Amiko. Had to burp. Sorry, had that.
You're such a pro.
Oh, that's a dramatic.
That was that first drink right off the bat. I had to burp. She tells them, "Hey, you guys are fucking off here in the next 4 days. You're off to Tarvalon. They're gonna treat you far worse." She says, "Quote, or you will assuredly go to the gallows in the traitor's court." Ryan. Oh, go ahead.
It does feel like the three ladies here, our three female heroines, are kind of being bookended in the same way with their interpersonal drama as the boys are, right? We get these like moments of self-doubt and
Yep.
like putting one another up on a pedestal while taking themselves down a peg, but also like
so familiar
the
with that.
back and forth,
Right.
you know, misinformed views, right?
Hold that thought. Oh yeah. What? All right. Oh.
What up?
Gosh!
Oh,
Yay!
I made it.
Straight from a funeral.
Yay.
He
Dude.
destroyed
Wow,
the tech
seriously,
monster.
obviously it was.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss.
Were you working
Dude.
backstage at a off-Broadway musical?
Yeah.
I can't
Hey,
say
no,
I
he's-
can't say it.
It looks like a black hole. What can you say?
Oh,
Oh.
well done.
Exactly.
Josh, that's the funniest joke I've heard in a while. Well done.
Oh, wait, let me fix my lighting. It's like
I was about to
it's
say,
actually an off gray shirt.
His Men in Black glasses are in his pocket right now.
Well, yes. If you're,
I thought you were about to
wearing
say
an
you're
off-gray
off-grid.
shirt, you're totally.
I feel like I'm off grid.
Are you many shades of gray right now? You're not, though.
He's a single shade of gray for sure.
I'm 50 shades.
At least.
No, you're not. You're
Well,
just
and-
black.
There's 50 ways to leave your lover, too. And apparently they all are tying them up. That's what 50 Shades of Grey is about, right?
Hey, if one
There is a
if,
lot of bondage involved.
if
As
one
I
of us
understand
on
it,
this
yeah.
screen had a bondage dungeon, who would it be?
It would be broken,
Swat!
dude.
I would think.
We all know what's behind that red curtain in your room.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ryan. As far as personas,
There's some like
you.
Todorio was
metal
the first,
bars and
Todd was the first to be
leather
like, hey,
benches.
someone else, not me. I think it's Todd.
Was that?
Classic FBI tactic
Like-
right there.
No, we've seen Todd's
Closet.
daughter come through the room. I don't think he's got his dungeon back there.
It's definitely Ryan. I agree. BR.
All right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Hey, Benjamin, biggest little city in the West.
Do we need to do a poll? I love polls now.
Who's most likely to have a what? A kidnap
A
dungeon? Or something?
Bondage?
I don't even
type,
like
like-
this question.
S&M.
I don't even know what we have to clarify first.
No.
Yeah,
no.
do we?
All
Oh,
right,
let's go.
moving on.
Let's go.
Come
Alright,
on, this isn't a BDSM
Let's go,
podcast.
Yeah.
Let's
Moving
go.
right
It's
along.
just not. You're right.
Yeah, the Ascension aren't here yet.
So they are,
But fuck,
Not yet.
Todd, I'm gonna drink with you because
Yeah,
that
I'll
was.
straight to that. The Shinshin.
well, there is
Ascension-
another
Ascension.
drinking obligation
Ascension?
because
The
on,
Shinshin.
on the
Citrus.
next little paragraph, Egwin fingered her skirt.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
let's
So-
fucking let's all finger our
Well,
drinks.
Finger your skirt
oh my
and
god,
take a drink.
Oh, right.
I'm not gonna.
I am
Do
not
the
writing
first
this stuff. I'm
part
only
of this.
reading in.
I know,
presenting.
but-
I know, but we
Robert,
have vodka
Jordan,
in
we
our
have
drinks.
to-
We're not
we
gonna
have
last.
We have a little bit of like no.
We have
I think,
Wagner in
like,
our drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have
we
Wagner
have a
ready.
little bit of an obligation to point out that this is just not exactly like the most wholesome situation Robert Jordan could have put forward.
Yeah, but it's a nice
has the pool?
opportunity. To
We have
finger your
Wagner in our
skirt.
drinks.
Wagner
But it
skirt.
is a nice opportunity
Thank you.
to
Put it
drink,
on.
and I'm now slurring my words. So, there we
All right,
go.
I'm sorry,
going, Dan.
what was that word?
Put 'em in. We have Wagner in our drinks.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
All
I
right,
might
so-
not.
Oh man.
All right.
If too much Wagner and I'm done for. I might black out, do all the Wagner.
Hey, question. Does
I like
this
that-
wig make me look like a man? I feel like I look kind of like...
All
I feel like I
Alright,
look kind of mannish.
right, well, let's go full screen.
Manish. Let's get
look
a,
like a-
yeah.
Do I look mannish in this wig?
Nothing
Please.
about that wig
This is a new
mannish.
wig. I'm not sure about it. Also, I'm wearing total headphones today, which is...
Jesus Christ! You
I am
gave
in love
away
with
that
them,
you're wearing a
but-
wig. Why
I'm
you
gonna
gotta-
go with the vibe of this chapter and say
I'm-
no woman actually wants us to answer that question honestly.
Oh, I
Yeah,
do,
oh
though.
yes.
Hold on.
I actually do. Because I think that I do look like, kind of like, I have these, like, high
Ryan,
cheekbones,
I
and I
guess
think it
that's
makes
our
me
first
look,
poll.
it, like, brings out these things.
Wait,
what,
That I'm
bro?
like, oh, man.
Does
Do I-
Tigger Sadai look like a man?
Oh, shit, I forgot my
All
name
right.
was...
That's great, Paul.
Tigger.
That's the
That's
first
the
poll,
new
I guess.
poll.
I mean, yeah. We'll get to book stuff.
Oh yeah. The
So
book.
sorry. Let's go. I'm gonna...
Wagner.
All right, so
Let's do
Maureen sends Avienda to go get some soldiers. We hear clarification that the girls are strong, man. It says, quote, she was stronger than Moraine, potentially at least, in the Tower of the Women, teaching her at almost unbelieving at her potential, and at Egwene's and Nynaeve's. Nynaeve was the strongest of them all. So at least they are all equal or stronger than Moiraine. We get a kind of a confirmation of at least their potential there. And
But
then
Maureen
she-
still puts him in her place.
well, yeah, and she knows shit that they were like, oh man, I wish I knew that well. But
I can't
they
believe
also-
she untied her that quickly.
Right. The officer comes in and the instructions to hold Joya and Emiko are severe. I mean, it says they're not to talk to anyone except for Moiraine, not even themselves. 20 men in the guard room and 2 outside each cell at all times, etc., etc. They're taking this shit seriously, deservedly, but they all leave. And as soon as they leave, Nynaeve just kind of leans into Moiraine and is like, yo, if you're not going to help, you know what? This is only the 3rd time you've even helped. Quote, helped. And yeah, exactly. And if you will not help, at least do not interfere. And later she says, don't hit us in the shins with a broom or whatever the fuck.
Trip us with something. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this, 90. Do you guys have anything to say about the 2 Black Aja that were let out before we just kind of move over that?
Todrick?
Rick?
So
They're just being extra cautious, super cautious,
Mm-hmm.
and they're dangerous persons.
All right, the poll's up. That first poll is a mistake. The real poll is live.
Am I hearing Star Wars?
No,
this is
so
Wagner.
yeah,
it's
maybe.
Wagner.
A version of...
Oh,
Oh,
it's Wagner. It's what
I'm
you're
so
drinking.
sorry. Oh, Ride of the Valkyries from Apocalypse Now.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Fuck
yeah.
off!
I feel like I'm in Apocalypse Now.
Who are you telling to fuck off, Tigger?
Myself.
Okay.
My past self that was like, "You're not gonna get this song."
and
So-
then you proved your past self wrong,
You got it.
and you're like, "Fuck you."
That
past
is
self.
exactly how that happened, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck off."
This is amazing.
Yeah, that's what happened.
All right, so the poll's up. Does
What-
this
This
wig
is not
make,
just a what discussion. This is
right, so what was
an
that,
exercise in human discussion.
does
and
this wig make
behavior.
KSI look manly?
Right.
All right. So far, there's 100% no,
Really?
Josh, what were you saying?
See?
but there's only 10 votes. Keep it coming, guys. Is anybody gonna?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's why we have the poll. We just late.
Well,
we
I
just let it
think you
go.
guys, I think the 10 that voted are just people that already kind of like know me and are like not going to say.
There's only 19 people watching, and they
Nicely.
all yeah.
They're
right.
like, fuck, can they look at what? Who
right.
said what?
We're ending the
can't.
poll.
I don't think we can.
All right,
We can't.
the
I don't
this
think we can.
poll
Right?
is closed. You officially cannot feel bad about your image anymore. You look
Hey, Ryan,
great.
though, can.
Nope, poll's closed. Brother
The
Dan, go on.
watchers- The watchers have spoken, yes.
The watchers have spoken.
Okay. Shit.
So Maureen dishes a
Thank
little tough love here.
So hang on. So
All right, go ahead,
was
yeah.
Joya? I was just waiting for Ryan to finish his sidebar. Was
you.
Joya unbound before they let the guards take her, or just Amico?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem dangerous? If so,
Yeah, they're flirting with danger.
Well, no, no,
They are
because
flirting
one
with
of them was
danger all
freaked
over
out.
the place, though, right? Like,
well, Amico is stilled, right? But Joya is not.
Oh, I forgot. about
Correct.
right.
So
and
it was
Joy is not
or-
even
or
like
vice-
held or shielded. Like, I thought that
Right,
was
but
what
why
we-
would you let just some soldiers take a dark friend, Aes Sedai, a Black Aja, like not cut off from the source?
Oh, that is my question.
I wondered that too.
Oh, they're
Is
fishing.
Moiraine
Do you
giving
know,
her an
Ryan,
opportunity to
do you-
escape?
Having read all the books, do you guys wonder this? Or I'm kidding. I know, right? Like, it's super confusing. I thought it was super. I don't know.
Or did she just unbind Amico and not Joya? And leave Joya cut off from the source, but
Perhaps.
just make it so she
Joya
can hear and
has-
walk?
The
yeah,
last thing you see is
purpose.
like she had her head down, right? Something like that. She walked away with her head down, or
Yeah, she had like one of their
They're
ears
all-
blocked, right? Where they couldn't hear.
Amico, yeah. And
Yeah.
she gives a start when Moiraine unties her.
Let me see who got stilled. I honestly, I don't remember.
MaTsDaGger
I
says
think she's shielded
she's
also,
shielded.
MaTsDaGger. Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm at.
totally
That's what I'm
agree.
asking, Matt. Did she get
Shielded.
unshielded? It's not clear from the text what exactly Moiraine did.
Yeah, bindings are like ropes of power, not shielding. So bindings are.
So she's still shielded. This is what I'm getting at. Yeah, exactly. So is she still shielded but unbound?
Okay, but
It's
is the
not
question-
clear from the text.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I-
okay.
I wonder why she couldn't use the power to try and escape. Ooh.
We can probably assume that she was not
Hey.
a threat.
Dakatis Moonblade, haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, she is broken. I like that point. She's just broken.
Moonblade. I like that
I like
name. That's fucking cool.
Moonblade.
Welcome.
I like it too.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever met this person.
Yeah, we met DM.
Oh,
DMV, as we like to call her. Them.
Yeah. So
Oh.
we got. Go ahead.
Why do I think she? That's interesting. I see Dakatis Moonblade. I'm like, she.
Yeah, Ryan. What the? you
Go ahead, Kay.
Yeah.
Go,
What's up
Kay.
with that?
no, I was actually like speaking to just like, oh, okay, yeah, like to their stuff earlier, but then also I did have a point before that, and then I don't know where it went because we said hi. It's all good, but yeah, if I'll circle back around.
It went to the magic land where all good points go.
It's like right up here, I feel like,
You'll get there.
and it'll all come back, and I'll be like, "Bah."
We all can't wait.
Thanks, brother.
Wow, that was so sincere, Dan. That was the most sincere.
Ryan, you ask what things I try to do that are described. There's a distinct here. It says, quote, Nynaeve opened and closed her eyes. I'm sorry. Nynaeve opened and closed her mouth, eyes bulging. So I did that. I tried to do that.
Open and closed her mouth, eyes bulging. Well,
right,
you're a puppet, so that's not.
Perfect. Perfect, Dan.
Yeah, rule of 3.
Perfect, brother Dan.
How to get that 3?
I did it.
Feels
I was
like
gonna
it's
do it
more
until
like
I was off the screen. If you had me up there for 5 minutes, I would have done that.
I certainly hope you are your highest self right now, DM.
Feminine, apparently.
Feminine or masculine?
Well, our higher selves are always
Welcome.
feminine.
The point was cut off by Moonblade. All right. Hey, DeeTee!
Altitude.
DSM!
Sorry, that's great. Oh, God. Yes. I remember that. I feel like that's been a long time, too.
So we have so Maureen dishes a little tough love. She is like, hey, Egwene, I know you're into Rand, but you know that's not going to happen. Quote, Egwene, I know what you feel for Rand, but you must realize by now that nothing can come from it. He belongs to the pattern and to history.
Sorry. Yeah.
And Egwene suddenly dishes him off onto Egwene. I'm sorry, Elaine. He's like, I love him like a brother, and you like a sister. I wish you well with him. And she's like, oh, I love you too, this sister. Thank you for giving me your man, or permission, or I guess she pretty much was giving her permission to just like, hey, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yours.
Oh, yeah.
Steak.
No,
Yeah.
make no mistake. This was Egwene giving Elaine full permission.
Yeah.
Right?
The-
Full permission.
Have at it,
Have
Hawk.
at it, baby doll. I am no longer in love with this dude anyways, and it doesn't matter because he's
She's
going
like,
to go crazy and kill all the
yeah.
people he loves. And I'm pretty strong, so I know that.
I know.
And, yeah.
You could
Have
yeah,
at
she's
it.
like, you could have
Done.
that crazy madhouse motherfucker.
Dunzo,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
She said, I love him like a brother, not a stepbrother.
But that's crazy because, yes. Gosh. It was kind of heartbreaking in a way, but it was also like, oh, right, fine. Because, yeah, like this, I feel like Egwene I feel like I want to change my, anyways, headcanon on that. So, anyway,
What headcanon?
Egwene.
Oh, how you pronounce her name?
Oh, your
Thing.
head?
Yeah, it's just like this weird thing that I do
Just
when I
say-
say
oh,
it,
yeah.
but I hear it differently, but I say
PR
it
got the
differently,
joke.
but anyways.
Thank you. Yeah. Ryan, thank you. That was one of my best jokes ever. You have to know to know.
Got it, Ryan. I just didn't think it was funny.
Wow.
Wait,
Shush.
there's a joke? No, just kidding.
Well, apparently we didn't get it at all.
How dare you censor me?
You made him put his duct tape over the lens, Ryan.
His IT duct tape. That's really funny.
It's duct tape. It is made from feathers.
So they ask, so Egwene's kind of a little snit here. She's like, have you ever been in love, Moraine? And here's the answer Moraine gives. It says, quote, I could wager I know the face of the man I will marry.
I will marry. Mhm.
Better than either of you know that of your future husbands. And they're like, what, huh? And she says further, should I ever choose a man, should I say, it will not be land. That much all I will say. She gives like a little sneaky sneak.
Yep.
We then hear that Nynaeve.
Nynaeve is too smart, I think, though. Like, I think she just has like what we feel from Egwene, and like the stuff that she knows but doesn't know how she knows.
Yeah, she's
That
like,
kind of thing?
Yeah, she's like, I'm not Elaine. Okay, Moraine? No. If you get
No,
that.
go on with that. No, I hear
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to my mimes
Conroy is
talking.
smarter than
Todd.
Elaine. And
So, Benjamin, I make of it that she saw it.
what's that?
What I imagined is that she saw it as part of her 3 visions during her onboarding as an accepted. But that was what I made of it.
Oh. Wait,
Yep.
who did? Who's
Moiraine,
who's,
I think she
onboarding?
saw
Oh.
the face of her
Well,
husband during
Jo-
her time in the 3 Rings.
That's a great point. We saw
That's a good point,
both
yeah.
Nynaeve and Egwene have visions of their husband in this test.
In their future test and the test, yeah.
That's a really good point, Josh.
That
Okay.
was
I like
my
it.
take of it. But sorry, you were going to say something, Kay?
No.
Or men. Or men
No.
like told her.
No. But
Yeah, maybe Min. Yeah.
Men's
I
like,
was gonna
saw
ask
these-
you a
Yeah,
question
go there.
then ask. What are you gonna do?
She's like, I saw that dude's face right there. Right there. That guy. I'm gonna marry him. No.
She drew it on a napkin like a quick court stenographer.
So,
Yeah, at the
Huh?
bar.
like this?
I did it. Speaking of court stenographer, did you all see that stenograph of the woman who was on trial for the sex offenses with what's his face, like sketching the sketch artist?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fucking amazing. That
Ghislaine
meta,
Maxwell was
Ghislaine Maxwell,
Yeah,
sketching
yeah.
the sketch artist in the sketch.
Why not? Yeah.
It was
Inception.
super
And then
meta.
Yes,
Just,
yes,
oh,
she's drawing her.
yeah.
My brain is exploding. I literally do not listen to the news.
It wasn't in the news. It was like a Twitter thing, but
Okay. Twitter, Schmitter. My Twitter, my bitterness.
someone's bitter.
The world.
All right.
Yeah, a little bit bitter of the world.
Preach it,
I
Twiz.
stopped. I had a Twitter account, and then somebody else became president, and then I stopped. And
Yeah.
now I'm on Twitter again for a whole different thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
now
follow
you
your
got
Twitters.
wigs.
I like your
Don't
Twitters,
care.
your tweets.
Yeah.
Forced into wigs.
Don't care.
Forced into wigs. Okay. Oh, stop.
Bam.
This is Stella. Say hi to Stella. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Stella. Hi, buddy.
Hi, Stella.
Stelza Bellsy
Bells,
Boos.
bells.
Stell's Bells has jumped onto the scene and does not care. All of a sudden, the puppet Ryan's hand has gotten red.
I was gonna say that was very Swedish chef all of a sudden right there. Just the hand like
Maybe,
Playing the bass on Stella.
maybe Stella knows who Moraine's husband the face
Will
of
be.
Moraine's
Oh, yeah,
husband.
Stella knows.
Oh.
Stella will
Stella
not
knows.
tell you, though.
Yeah, those are both true.
Yep. I could
Perfect
see it in
quiet.
Stella's eyes. She knows all the answers to the Wheel of Time.
Size of it, yeah. Sorry.
She knows all the
Hey,
answers.
hey, Todd, how was the jewelry heist?
Oh,
Where is your
Did you
rubber
really?
mask?
Did you make off with all the
And the
jewelry,
gloves.
Todd?
I
fuck is going on?
Run the jewels.
Why is that AK-47
Run that
in the
track.
background? Get that shit out of your background, Todrick. You don't want the CIA hearing about this shit. What you feeling? I don't know. Let's
Brother
go
Dan has
there.
not jumped on any of these jokes. Apparently,
We're
we
just
should just
gonna-
move on.
Let's go.
on.
Let's go. Let's go.
going.
Let's
Dan's
go.
like-
Let's go.
Yeah.
If you're
Let's
having
go.
fun, I'm having
I
fun.
got my
right?
notes.
Yeah, Brother Dan's not yes ending. He's
I
just,
got my
like,
notes,
ignoring
Brother Dan.
info.
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Hey, I'm ready to go too.
Hi guys.
Move along. Move
Welcome
along.
to the LeafCast.
Hey,
We're the
yeah.
way to leaf.
Let's talk about bubbles of evil drifting through the pattern.
Right. So the girls have not heard
Ooh.
Rand's story yet. They hear Rand's story. And Maureen says, quote, I do not know if even he will be strong enough to push the miasma away from himself. This is something that may reoccur throughout Rand's life, apparently, what she's saying.
Stench of the Dark One.
And Maureen's advice is like he needs to get the fuck out now. He needs to go. Instead, he just sits here and reads like a dummy. Reading. Huh. Right, chat.
Nerd.
Right, chat. Readings for nerd.
Nerd.
Right? She does have a good point, though.
Nerd.
She says that, but the pattern moves and flows. Only the dead are still. He must act or he will die.
Now, guys, is she right? Or if Rand just decides to do whatever he wants to do, it'll end up working out for him in the end because he needs to be doing right? Like, what do you think? Is Rand right or is Maureen right? What do you guys think?
Ooh, good question. I think Moraine's got something. Man, she's always like 5 or 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Well, let's clarify Moraine's plan. She goes on to say, quote, Samael is an Ilian. The Terrians are always as ripe for war with Ilian as the other way around. They've been killing each other off and on for 1,000 years, and they speak of the chance to do so as other men as the next feast day. I doubt even knowing of Samael's presence will change that, not with the Dragon Reborn to lead them. Tyr will follow Rand eagerly enough in that enterprise, and if that brings Samuel down, then and they're like, wait, you're wanting to bring war to Ilion from Tyr? And she's like, yeah, that's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it, baby. And Elaine backs her up.
One is
Well,
good for.
Moraine hands the mic to Elaine. She's like, Elaine?
Yeah, now I'm about to pass the mic.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
Well, I love that we learn Maureen's backstory here, that she was raised in the royal castle, a relative of royalty, and like though not being a descendant of the throne herself was probably privy to many talks of this nature, and like that Elaine like basically says like, oh, I'm leaving something out, and then Moiraine like calls her on it immediately,
Right.
as if there's like this kind of presaged knowledge of like war within the teachings of the royalty within the world. Just
The
interesting.
policy, it's like the policy is
Reveal. It's the art of war.
So she even says that this may be advantageous to the other wars going on. It says, quote, nothing makes
end
this
the wars,
war better or cleaner, except now that it will cement the Terrans to him, and the Ilioners will end up following him just as the Terrans do now. How could they not? Once the dragon banner flies over Ilion. Just the news of his victory might decide the wars in Terrebonne and Eridomon in his favor. There are wars ended for you. So they're saying that her plan may even just end the Civil War strife that's going on to the west of them.
And this ties back.
All right,
Go ahead,
guys.
Kay.
I think we got a drink right here. Joshy, you said
Pervy.
pervy?
You said pervy, Joshy?
Privy.
I'm down.
No.
Privy.
Joshy, you can't
I don't
say
know. I don't know what this is
pervy.
all about, but BR
And
is a
have a
Patreon
drinking
member, so
obligation.
we will.
Yeah, and you know what? And the chat is always right, even when they're spamming us porn.
And I put on glasses for it. That
I
was
know
weird.
it's a good website when there's a space in there.
FYI. Thank you, Sophie Warren. I hope your
I
kid
don't
wins
know.
the soccer
What is
game.
the .fyi subdomain? I wonder.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, so we
I feel like I'm in an
sorry, what did
alternate
you-
universe.
Was that a book question, Josh?
So
I'm sorry. I'm so book centric right now, man.
No, man,
Hey.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Book centric. There is talk about the Forsaken. The Forsaken are free. We know of at least Samael.
Yeah. We
So
do.
it didn't seem like Matt had convinced them that in Elaine's home, the name is escaping me right now, that her mom is like associated with the Forsaken, right?
Oh, yeah.
Camelin and Andor, yeah.
Hamelin, thank you. Yeah. He believes that though, right?
I don't know if he
Gabriel?
knows.
He hadn't put two and
correctly.
two together yet.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
sure if he has that information.
How many Forsaken do we believe? Do we know of right now? Let's name
At
the
least
Forsaken.
3 ruling,
Samael.
Uh-huh.
3 or 4 ruling towns, right?
Renafenikini.
Renafenikini.
Try again.
Those are the 3.
Renafenikini.
Riffin,
Ra-
Ruffin, Ravnin, Ravnin,
Ravine.
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 There we go.
Renafenikini.
That's the one. Say it again, Josh. Wait, just Josh.
I thought there was another one too.
Wait,
The
no,
one that
say
they- Ravine? Ravine.
Ravine.
What about Ishmael?
you roll
Was
the R?
Ishmael like destroyed already? Fuck, I don't even know.
Ravine.
Where's this show?
No,
Ravine?
no, don't we
I
have
don't know. Let me drink my Uba
it.
Dink.
Samael.
Ravine.
Lanfear.
Lanfear.
Ravine.
Ravine.
And
Right?
Ishama.
And Ishamael.
Shamael, I guess, is the other one. Well,
Right.
I'm not
But
sure that
Ishamael
that's
was in Terre,
Yes,
and so
I feel like
What about Balsamon?
Ishamael, I
Where's
feel like
Ballsy?
is this not but
Where's
Bal-
Balsamon?
Ballsy
still in the
means-
crypt, right?
That was
I
pretty
Still
think
fun.
that
sealed.
we're in a consensus that
What then?
he's like the Dark One. So this first time, as far as I understand it, this first time reader show has been in correct me if I'm wrong, boys.
Are you understand?
But if I'm right, then we are understanding that Ballsy Man is the Dark One. I thought that's what our thoughts were. But I don't actually believe that anymore. So
Okay.
if that's our consensus, then I have to object.
What do you believe in?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, neither am I. All right, Dan, did you see
I
this?
just don't
Do you
think
see this
that's
message? Can you do this? Let's do this. I like
What's
I
happening?
can.
This is,
I
I
have it
haven't
here.
read any.
All right, so
But I
you
think
know
Josh
what?
has
It's
it.
too
Josh
fast.
or Todd. Actually, Todd, you got the voice, my man. Can you read the Kandori translation of this Prophecy of the Dragon?
Oh my
Yeah, I
God!
gotta-
It's your big chance. You've been doing set design for 20 years, running around in a black outfit with only your head showing, and now you finally have a speaking role. To Dori.
I'm sorry,
my-
but that's what you do for a living?
Look,
Fuck.
look at his outfit. Yeah, that's what he
Oh
does.
my god.
Dude.
That's all you do? Oh,
He's been
you're
a-
amazing.
He came back
Please.
from a Midsummer's Night Dream.
Dramatic read.
All right,
Just
yeah,
got done
Todd.
with the set. Just got done
Five,
with the set.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, hopefully my internet connection's good. I don't know. Can you hear
You
me?
sound
Am I
good to me.
talking?
Yeah, you sound
Okay,
fine.
okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Solid.
Power of the shadow made human flesh. Wakened to turmoil, strife, and ruin. The reborn one, marked and bleeding, dances the sword in dreams and mist. Chains the shadow sworn to his will. From the city, lost and forsaken, leads the spears to war once more, breaks the spears and makes them see truth long hidden in the ancient dream. I hope you got all that.
Well done, Tadori. I was actually thinking of doing a replace Spoop with Prophecy with this. Right?
Chills.
But yeah, we'll do. Yeah, I like that. I like that reading instead. That was a good one.
That was beautiful. Thank you for that, Tom.
Thank you.
You.
Apparently, someone called ambulance for BR.
Brian.
I fucking killed him.
Yeah.
What?
Well, Benjamin Reno. Yeah, that's about right.
So Moraine's like, Samuel is surely a forsaken city. Lead the Terran Spears to war. Samuel fulfilled the verse. Alaska. She was trying to, but she's like,
Yeah, she's got it.
but he won't. He isn't sick. And then everyone starts challenging Moraine. They're like, what the fuck? Even Elaine's like, no, you have many secrets, Moraine. But tell us this. What have you mean to do with him? And then she starts talking about this place called the Great Holding. It's in Tyr, and it holds all kinds of magical shit, right?
It's the collection we heard about in the previous text, right?
It has the second largest in all of the world outside of Tarvalon. It's like
interesting.
But they dislike channeling. So this is like the Vatican having a huge porn collection kind of thing. This is like everyone would freak out if they knew they had power, right? Anyways, I mean the Vatican does have a huge
it'd be as if prayer actually worked, and they had like a weird prayer. I don't know.
No, go on.
Well, no, channeling works, and these things work on channelers. Like,
what?
Everything the Vatican stands by is just hogwash.
No, porn works too.
What?
What?
Anyways, they point out.
Hey, have you seen Mormon porn?
What? Oh no!
That's the best.
My response everything now.
Yeah,
Mormon porn. All right, so one of the things that they mention in
Pornman
Great Holding.
Panamana.
Oh my god.
Porny morning.
7 wives.
Porny malorny.
Oh no, we
That's
lost.
Four more.
Porn.
Four more, K.
Four more, K. Yeah.
Pornama normana marmana. I was at
Three
what?
more.
3 more.
Pormana mormona mormona
Two more.
mormony
Two
mormony mormony.
One more.
Mormony.
All right,
Okay,
good
you
job.
fuck off, all
And
you.
Brian Corco
Let's
comes with
go.
the bingo.
And that's a wrap. Let's
So-
get on with it.
One of
Yeah,
these items,
Irish fuckers. Okay.
one of these items is what is described as a red doorway that is twisted. Maureen spends a little time talking about this doorway. She says, quote, it's used to gain answers, 3 answers, each true about past, present, and future.
Or nope.
Oh, or you're right. Past, present.
Ah, you're right. Yeah.
Suck it! Oh!
Oh, he said so good.
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
Next 5 minutes are yours, Ryan.
No!
All
All right, Ryan, lead us on.
All right,
Well,
Lead us, Brother Ryan.
all right. So,
lead us.
any thoughts on this
Brother
chapter? If not, let's take a
Oh,
quick
no.
he's on. No. Wait. Brother Dan, come back to us. We need
No.
your guidance.
guys.
We
Talk
were
about the rules and
hey,
dangers,
we
Brian.
respect you and the rules.
Oh my God! Hey,
We love you. We want you to
order
come
the
back
court.
to us, please.
Order the court. Hey,
Brother
come on.
Ryan.
All right,
Brother Ryan,
now
we've done
now
this
that
before.
Brother Dan's on. Oh shit!
Oh, there he is.
Please.
Are
Thank
you
you.
doing ASMR shit talking?
Please.
Are we good? We're all good? We're good? You're good? I'm good?
Oh, look at that Elvis lip. Is that like,
Okay, do you want to hear a story? I can do the
I want to
Elvis
hear a
lip.
story.
I can do the Elvis lip as well, and I can do like an eyebrow.
Uh-huh.
And I used to tell my
Oh, you got.
Wait.
Oh, go,
He's trying to talk.
and I used to tell my kids that I had a tiny little wire or a hair that I would pretend to grab and lift, and so I'd be like,
yeah.
and like pretend I'm lifting my lip instead of doing it, and I would do it with my eyebrow as well. It was
Nice.
world class entertainment because they would try to find the string,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's right there, it's right on my eyebrow, and they were grabbing it and they just couldn't find it.
They're constantly trying to like cut that string loose and like cut your eyebrow and lip free, but they couldn't.
They're
They
like,
could
no,
not.
they couldn't.
They're like,
figure it out.
help, daddy!
It was
Where's
magic.
the wire?
It was the closest thing
What?
to magic I could ever do.
Magic.
Yeah.
It's magic.
One time he woke up and 3 of his children had a scissors right over his face, and he's like,
I would expect you lost an eyebrow or a mustache or both several times in this process. But I think it's so sweet. It's really
yeah.
a sweet, endearing story. But I do believe that would have led to maybe some scissors in your face at some point.
Not even
they
one.
make- Wow, that's
Maybe they
incredible.
pretended
They
well,
really knew that
like,
you were just
alright.
they
Really,
just like
they-
sensed your sweetness. This
I
is
was
Brother
thinking-
Dan's.
Brother
No, no.
Brother
Hold on.
Dan thought it looked great, but his children were just
I wasn't trying to fool like 18-year-old felons who had like a knife who's like, give me that string.
They're let me cut that. Catch you fucking loose, Dad.
All right.
Stab you.
Daddy,
Is it break
All right.
time?
No.
All right.
Nope.
So Moiraine,
Time.
so Moiraine mentions Rob.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He mentions Ravine.
Yeah, so maybe Matt has mentioned the guy in Andor. Otherwise, why did she mention Ravine? Is that just the most likely to have been escaped other than the other two because of power levels?
Oh, good point. Why would she had deduced that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder if that was a little like reveal. I mean, we're last text we assumed anyways that was Ravine based on his description as being a black man and like all that kind of stuff, right? So
And this is Lord
Lord.
Gabriel.
yeah,
Lord Gabriel, yeah.
Yeah. I totes think that's one and the same.
Yep. I think we confirmed that, right?
Did we confirm it?
Right, but it has-
we did confirm it, right?
Has
I
she
feel like,
not?
I feel like it's been on.
It sounds like Elaine doesn't know though. Like Elaine doesn't. From what we read about Elaine's self-perception around Gabriel,
Yeah.
she doesn't know that her mom is associating with the Dark One.
No, and she
Or
even-
with,
she even
sorry,
said
with,
that,
Forsaken.
yeah, she said Matt must be like exaggerating.
Oh, Matt-
like, this
Right.
He's
talk of her
exaggerating.
being
So we get this,
loved,
like, a little bit more of the untrustworthy narration / multi-viewpoint.
Untrustworthy
Yeah,
narrator.
Elaine.
If I
Elaine
had a
thinks
nickel.
At one point. Oh, yeah.
Come on, Todd.
Yeah.
Or no,
Please
Elaine.
continue.
She does think at one point her mother was too shrewd to make herself a fool over any
Right.
man.
Right.
My mother.
Right.
wouldn't
She's
do
like,
that.
no, fuck that. My mom's smart.
But we also see that's what I was saying at the beginning of the chapter, kind of like Rand, Perrin, and Matt's interrelationship. They all have these like self-doubts and like human misappropriations of the truth
Because
that
they
their
are.
own worldview is filtered through, right?
Because they're totally human, right? Like, so they have,
Yeah.
all these things. All the feels.
All the feels.
Well,
All
let's
the
go
things.
back to this Terangriel that they were talking about. This thing.
Yeah.
It seems like it's related. It does seem like it's related to the 3 rings that they passed through for the accepted test again, right? Like, only this one answers the questions about truth as opposed to providing with a potential past, present, and future. Also a doorway.
Heavy conditions. Heavy conditions.
Correct.
Oh.
Because you can only
There's
go
that
through
word
once.
again. Heavy.
You can ask 3
Heavy.
questions,
What is that word?
but you must ask all 3 and hear the answers before you can leave.
Before you can leave, right? Yeah.
Frivolous questions are punished, it seems, but it also may be serious for one, can be frivolous for coming from another. And most importantly, questions touching the shadow
So true.
have dire consequences. And,
Yeah.
and Maureen's like, yeah, I'd love to ask about Rand, but does any question about Rand not touch the shadow? Yeah, it's fucked up.
She's like, Adoy, come on, girls. Like,
Adoy, doy, 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 boy, boy.
I'm sorry. Get with it.
Are you though, Todd?
What's that?
Sorry.
I feel like they're all very confused.
As am I.
But it was something that Mayeen had for a long
But you
time.
look it. That's
They
the
use-
difference, puppet.
Perpetual look.
Maureen says,
What?
tells the girls to concentrate on Tanchico. She says, quote, if Joya speaks truly, it will take Aes Sedai and
I can't.
warders to guard Mazrimtane. Go to Tanchico. And then she pretty much
Tanchico.
just leaves, and the girls start
Tanchico.
drinking. They have some
Boom.
iced
It's
wine.
just there. It's great.
Mic
And then
drop.
I'm really happy I know about Tanchico. It's
Fuck yeah.
It's
Tanchico's
beautiful.
the
It's
shit.
Right over the
beautiful.
border.
Sounds like a place that's nice.
Very sunny, right? Very
You,
sunny.
yeah,
place.
you might want
Sunny.
might want to tan, take like a nice lounge chair.
Nice.
I don't
Bring a
know.
towel.
Bring a towel.
The dollar goes far.
Bring
So
a sunscreen.
So
protect
Billy
us.
under the hill,
Uh-huh.
3 Billy Goats gruff.
Maybe.
Did y'all pick up on that?
What?
I know
Yeah. I was
She had
thinking of
mentioned-
Mr. Underhill.
Elaine's first thought was for the children's tale, Billy Under the Hill, but only because of the 3 answers. A second thought came on its heels, but not to her alone. She spoke while Nynaeve and Egwene were still opening their mouths. Maureen, this solves our problem. We can ask blah, 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 right? But again, this is like, I mean, I'm letting the TV show a little here influence my perception, but like,
What?
if this is Earth in a far future
And
of
it is.
regression,
And it is.
it could just
All right.
as well be another planet.
All right. let's
Okay, but let's go.
So where
and
is?
it is. And it is.
So are these? So
So-
are the people of Manetheren Americans?
All right, let's have
Is-
it out, guys.
Is this a Eurocentric, American-centric viewpoint?
Ah, why are we doing one-on-one, ass fucks?
All right.
American centric. What?
So are the Manetherans Americans?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Are the
but
Rocky-
I like that. I like that thought a lot.
Maneth American?
I love
what-
it.
Minute. No, I'm
What
not.
makes you think-
Okay.
Josh, that's amazing.
There's a lot to unfold here,
Whoa, Jesus.
Joshua, and this is really fucked for you to bring this up now. And I think that this could have been a discussion prior to the show.
All right,
Going
Manetheren equals
But I was-
American is amazing. So
Chug
every
it,
time
chug it,
like
chug it
Lance
forward
says
with
Taishar
Chadori.
Manetheren, he's like Taishar American.
What up, American?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's like make America great again? What?
Oh, no.
Like a,
yeah. Oh, dude, they all were wearing Trump hats, and we just didn't fucking know it.
Backing up.
oh shit!
Josh is taking over the show right now.
I
This is
hope not.
amazing.
I hope not.
I'm done.
Taishar Manetheren.
I'm really done. If that's where we're going. It's fun
Oh,
though.
I mean, honestly,
wait,
God,
Josh.
like I cannot say whether you're right or wrong.
I know. Go ahead, Todd. Yes.
Yeah, can we
Wait, what
first
makes
time
you
readers
think-
maybe like have a yeah, sorry, Todd, go.
So Josh, what makes you think it is America? From Billy Under the Hill, do you think that is that like?
The 3 answers? What about the 3 answers?
Hillbillies?
Oh no, just I mean, I don't know that they're American. I mean, the 3 Billy Goats gruff comes from
I was thinking
European
Underhill,
folk
Carissa
folk
gruffing
tales, I
about
believe.
all of these
But I was
things.
thinking like Underhill is like Lord of the Rings, like Mr. Underhill, like Bilbo, Billy, Bilbo Baggins,
Yeah, but
dude.
Bilbo Baggins. Okay, he loves.
No,
he
Billy-
loves
that-
Tolkien.
That was his name. His name was Mr. Underhill, right?
Right.
Or no, that was
Uh-huh.
was that Frodo or Bilbo?
Frodo.
I can't.
Oh God.
Thanks for that,
Emuraka
Kay. This is Kay's brain melting.
melting. But something about the way that they describe the mountains of mist made me think too of
the Mountains of Mist in Lord of the Rings.
well, the Lord of the Rings. Certainly, there's a lot of Lord of the Rings flavor wrapped up in here, but also just the idea of the Rockies and like. I mean, we know that the Earth got all shunted around when the Dark One and the 100 Aes Sedai, male Aes Sedai got into it when the breaking of the world happened. But
how many Dan?
100.
113? I thought it was 113.
that was 100.
All right.
100 companions.
Well, let me toss this at you, Josh, and I don't think that this is necessarily a spoiler, but Robert Jordan grew up or lived in Charleston, North Carolina.
South Carolina.
Or South Carolina, correct, thank you.
Yeah.
And when someone asked about the two rivers, he's all, just look at a map. I live in the two rivers. Could
Right.
the Mountains of Mist then be the Appalachians?
The Appalachians, yeah, which
Yeah.
I don't think they would be mountains anymore if this was a far future. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
they are the
worn
oldest. They're
down
the second
already.
oldest mountain range in the world already, and they're pretty worn down. So would they even? They would only be
Smoky Mountains?
foothills.
Maybe
Yeah.
foothills.
Yeah, maybe, or the Adirondacks or something. I don't know. There were a few other things that made me think of America.
All right.
Read
Hey,
the story.
everyone here, I'm fucking super smart.
There you go.
Oh, it's 113.
Okay, well, it's been described as the 100 in the text
100
up until
companions.
now.
It's
The
very,
100 companions.
it's very rare
What
for
the
me
what?
to
I don't think we've seen the 113 yet in the novels to date. But
eat.
what short story? I don't.
Ooh, what's this short story?
What short story?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Oh, is this New Spring? Is this
Leave
New
him
Spring?
alone.
Leave him alone.
Is this the? Are they talking about New Spring or whatever?
They're talking about 100 companions.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, so this chapter pretty much ends with both of the Egwin and Nynaeve saying, Elaine, you have permission to go fuck Rand, go fuck him. And she's like, he doesn't even like me. He doesn't even look at me. And they're like, just pretend you're from Mayene or something. Just be aggressive, would you? And she's like, all right, I will. Fine.
Show some cleavage, please.
Nynaeve, there's a couple lines here at the end, though, that I wanted to point out. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, I like how Nynaeve like brings like 3 glasses of mulled wine or spiced wine. She just to start the conversation. She's like, let's talk about.
And it's
Acid
ice from the spine of the world that was carted in like carts
Blocks
of
of
straw.
hay. Carts of straw,
Or
Yeah.
how decadent is that?
Dude, there's rocks.
It reminds me of Frozen. That's all I could think about.
Yeah.
Like Elsa?
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, the Iceman. What's his name? That was his business. He made.
what is this business exactly?
We have too much knowledge of Frozen, probably. Josh,
I can
Yeah,
sing
you
every
can
song probably.
Guys, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, let
let it go.
please.
Let it go.
Let it go, friends.
Far too much knowledge of Frozen on everybody's, situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's there's one final drinking obligation for this chapter. Oh, go ahead.
You go ahead and I'll circle back to it. I didn't
I
mean to
was
interrupt you.
going to have us drink because she was like some millionaire hussy, but no, I'm letting that stand. I'm gonna let that objection sustained. But the one we have to drink was for quote. Rand is Elaine's to deal with now, not yours. You have stepped aside, remember? The remark should have made Elaine smile, but it did not. What the fuck? Why would you smile over that? he's your hey. You handed the ball off to Elaine. Now it's her ball, and Elaine should. I don't know. It's fucking thanks, RJ. It making my head weird.
Thanks, RJ.
Yeah. This is a moment. They're like, they're drinking spiced wine. They're fucking throwing shit out. Like,
There's a lot of hugging going on.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a lot of passing off of like loved ones. Like,
Tugging braids and shit.
Hey, it ain't no fun if my homie can't
Go for it.
have none.
okay.
It ain't
Right?
no
I
fun.
mean, like, that holds true for me and my homies. So,
Uh-huh.
if I don't want none,
Yeah, she's
I'm gonna
passing it
pass
to
off
all
my
of her
next
friends.
girl.
It's crazy.
and be like, hey, girl,
Like-
we're in the same room, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's just have this conversation.
You're
I'm
like,
just going to
"Go
have
on."
this conversation first over
on,
in
get
this
'em.
corner. You sit on that bed. And then when he turns around, you be like,
Baron Lane's such a
hey,
skank.
baby.
I know, right? Yeah, Baron Lane's a skank. Yeah, fuck her. She's such a whore. Yeah. That's kind of what it seems like. They're just like trashing Baron Lane. They're like, all right, she has her claws in your man. How you gonna
That
get him
fucking bitch.
back? How you getting him back? And she's like, all right,
Damn.
all right, fine.
Them
But
cougars
Egwene's
are got
like,
claws.
it's Egwene's that's like how you getting him back, right?
And then there's like this whole, we don't
To
see it on
Elaine.
page, but there's this whole montage where they take off her glasses and they're like, oh, you're really pretty actually. And they brush her hair and they put her like in like stylish clothes and she's no longer the nerd, right? And it's like girls just want to have fun playing in the background. And it's like a montage. She like
It's like a
models
montage,
the
yeah, like
clothes
this.
and like the girls are like,
Dun,
no.
and
And then she wears
they
something
go,
hot. And they're like, yeah.
like way the leaf
Yes.
shirt.
It's gonna be in the show.
Yeah, it ends with
Wait,
a-
what?
Dun,
You got a pink one?
Now I'm sexy.
You got a pink shirt?
You know what?
Yeah,
Paris Hilton would
right.
say to
With the
that?
way the leaf on it. What?
Dude, what?
That's hot.
It's like mind
that's so
blowing
hot.
in
That's
so many ways and so hot. In so many
want a pink shirt.
ways.
Is there what else do
So
we want to
didn't
talk
didn't
about? this? Go
Elaine
ahead.
isn't Elaine not smiling because Rand is gonna go fucking insane?
No, she's not funny because Rand is fucking Berlin in her mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, but when
She's crazy jealous, I think.
when
but also she
Nynaeve
doesn't-
says Rand is Elaine's to deal with now, not yours, you have stepped aside, remember? I mean,
She
I
goes
read
on to-
that-
Well, Elaine says, I hardly know Rand. He also goes on to say, he hasn't looked at me twice. This is
But
all
she
lack of
clearly
confidence.
loves him. Like
It's like
Elaine
love
has
at
made it
first sight.
clear that she loves him and she cannot help it and she doesn't know
She's
what
gonna
to
step up.
do
Yeah.
exactly. And she's gonna
Sure.
do it no matter what. Like she's gonna fucking do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No
Egwin's
matter
like,
what.
I don't know. In the Two Rivers, we embroider a shirt.
I felt
Right.
that
I
before.
mean, I don't think you should
know.
do that, but do something. He's like, all right.
What do you
A drinking obligation.
Oh,
She
yeah?
snatched her spiced wine.
There we go. Oh, God damn it. That slipped right through my fingers.
Joshua!
Snatched
That's a
her
dirty
spiced
one.
wine.
Stop
That's a
it.
deep dive.
So what the
Deep.
fuck?
So I was gonna ask, what is this?
Six
What does
is
this line mean?
5 inches in and 6 inches out. What was it?
Talk to me.
Huh? Duggery.
Wait, what?
So
I was
It
talking
says,
about spiced wine.
spiced wine, baby. I want to be Aes Sedai, Nynaeve. This isn't some idle amusement. Neither is the work we three have to do. Could you really think I would abandon you and Egwene? Egwene hurried to assure her that the thought had never crossed her mind. Nynaeve did the same, but slowly enough to give herself the lie.
Exactly. Which is what my face just did. Did you see it? I was like,
Mhm.
Sure,
okay,
sure,
baby,
sure, sure.
girl. Okay, darling, girl.
Okay,
Okay, sweetie
Oh,
pie, baby.
bless
Oh,
your
honey. Oh, you're so sweet. You don't love him? It's okay. I'll help you to. Admit
I highlighted that
It's
as
all right,
well,
let's go.
Josh.
That's a good one, yeah.
And this is through Elaine's point of view. And so
Right.
this is what Elaine is seeing in regards to Nynaeve.
And then I love how the next sentence starts from Elaine. In truth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of like stuff going on in those two paragraphs about reality and truth and
Self-deception.
veracity, self-deception, and
So
perception.
Lane's picking up on. Okay, yeah.
I guess there's one more thing I wanted to point out. There was a line
Those intrusive thoughts, huh?
when they were talking about Egwin's like, all right, I'm going to dump him. She says, quote, I will be gentle with him, Elaine.
Right.
Yep.
We're talking about a man who can channel.
It's like an easy.
And we're gonna
pass
gentle
off.
him. Be gentle with him.
Gonna be.
Oh shit!
Did you find it? Did you
Ooh.
find it? Do you find anything with that at all or anything?
Nope, brother Dan. That's pretty great.
Ooh, I think that's very much, very, very sweet. Sweet in the way that, like, oh, they're totally like trying to figure out exactly
Wait.
how he is channeling.
Okay, you're
What?
missing
See that?
What,
Not yet.
Did I miss it?
What do they do with male channelers?
They gentle them.
They
gentle
gentle them.
them.
I get it. I get that. But
So
like,
she said, "I'm gonna
also,
be gentle with him."
fine, be gentle with him. And I think that like they're not just being gentle with him. They're, I think, in trying to maybe possibly,
Be gentle.
if that's what you're saying, like gentle him.
Oh, I just
Then
we're not saying
if that's something that might be something,
We're not saying
then
anything.
I don't think it is. But shit, fucking Christ.
That's
Let
a
me
valid.
finish my-
That's a valid answer. You don't think it means anything. Gentle. I mean, words are words. See, I will be gentle with them, Elaine, and this is someone who is an Aes Sedai, or is going to be. That's all. That's all I'm pointing out. If anyone had picked that up, that's all.
Yeah, fun.
I didn't pick that up.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
it was-
All right, let's take a break.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I gotta fix my beer. It's broken.
All right.
It's
And,
broken.
so this is a 10-minute break. At the 5-minute mark, you guys are going to be treated to another premiere of a Homunculus Rex new song and video. So
What?
stick
Oh,
around.
yeah.
It is amazing. Everyone, meet
It
me.
is.
Thank you.
No, I don't want to.
Here. Have some of that. You need to keep up your strength.
The traffic.
I can't read
The boss. The baby. The dog. That does it. Calgon, take me away.
Lose your cares in the luxury of a Calgon bath. Calgon softens the water to leave skin feeling silky smooth as it lifts your spirits. The soft, luxurious, fragrant world of Calgon.
I love it.
Pamper yourself with a Calgon bath. Lose yourself in luxury.
I have to
We
unmute
all
myself
stand
to
with you.
tell you how amazing Tadori's reaction.
Did you know it only takes 15 minutes to save 15% on your car insurance?
devil, popper, wind and fire. Popper, wind and burn. I'm gonna see the world turn like a wheel in the house. I'm quiet as a mouse as I creep into a hole in your wall, just like I'm super small. You can just call me Terry, and your Tom. Terry. You can't carry my water, can't carry my dick. That can't catch a toy on a stick.
Do another one.
About what? Okay.
Wait. Hopper, dapple, burn a wind.
I tried to do good, but I ended up I sinned. I put my pee out in the park. Some people made a dog bark. A cop came and he put on the cuffs. He grabbed me by the neck and he was kind of rough. He threw me in the car and he slammed the door. I was sitting right next to a beautiful young woman.
I find it so amazing when people tell me that electronic music has not got soul, and they blame the computers. They got the finger and point at the computers like, there's no soul here. It's like you can't blame the computer. If there's not soul in the music, it's because nobody put it there.
seriously doubt putting an extra dimensional hole in a multi-dimensional space is a very good idea.
That's not a request.
Nice. I really like seeing that list of Patreons.
Oh,
Ryan.
Todd was reading, Dad.
Uh-oh.
Filthy
Just
animal.
finished. I read like
Busted.
You didn't read the chapter 7 yet?
Yeah, no, I did. I'm kidding. I kid.
You kidder.
I kid.
You Keeter.
I kid.
By the way, was last chapter the first Elaine chapter point of view that we've had?
I think it was.
Thinking that. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, what do we think of her?
Oh, I like her.
No.
She's vindictive and a little bit manipulative and
But she's got a soft
like
spot for her mom.
Soccer mom? She has a soccer mom?
wait.
That's amazing.
No,
But also,
she's into soccer mom. No.
Oh, okay, but she,
Go Dylan!
The band soccer mom.
She likes
but she also
to
knows
suck
she's
her
way
mom.
stronger than Moraine, right?
She likes to suck her mommy.
I feel like we have
She
seen the
likes to
white,
suck her
the
mommy.
Camelin lion before.
I don't know.
I think we have two. In the first, when Ren went to Endor. Fuck, what are we? Ewoks?
We're the Ewoks.
Yeah.
When he went to Endor, when he went to Camelin, we did see those lines before.
Okay, so it's just a Camelin related chapter. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's Elaine.
Well, Elaine is the daughter heir.
Yeah. I understand.
Okay. All right. Hey. All right.
I just assumed that the symbols were more of a direct link than that.
Fucking doubt Josh's knowledge of shit.
Well, this emblem in
Well, I
chapter
don't know.
7
Real time.
is the,
No, we won't. We won't.
This one is the ubiquitous
Traditional
Wheel of Time. Yeah. And
Which
this
the
is
last
an
chapter
Egwene.
ends with as well.
What?
Go on.
Yeah.
The last chapter ends with that icon as well.
Oh, turn the page, Todd. Go back.
I think they all do.
What?
They all do.
Oh shit!
They all do. We're learning everything we already knew.
My
That means the end of the chapter.
in here.
Wait, what?
The wheel.
Oh, you're right.
So this
In this
chapter
book.
is bookended
Even in
by these-
chapter.
This is an Egwene chapter, and she and Elaine are off to go see Rand. They walk through the stone. They see Aiel.
Pull your bosom down.
Yep, exactly. Pull your bosom down.
Wait, but Egwene talks her into that, right?
This is a girl on girl situation. I'd
It
like
says
to chime in on.
after some little discussion. It says.
Yes, it's just discussion.
With the ladies, the sisters.
Just discussion with the ladies, with the sisters. They need to make each other comfortable. And Egwene's like, hey, girl,
you gotta flaunt it.
it's good. It's
Girl.
good. Also,
Don't be
yeah,
shy.
like you got it. Like, don't be afraid. That's all.
All right,
good.
so is that a thing? Like, is that a thing when you're like, if you're helping a girlfriend get ready for a date, you're like, no, you're like,
Oh
show them
yeah.
titties.
Oh, that is a thing. You're like, if I
Pull
was,
it down.
if I was like my, okay,
wait, what's happening? If you're willing,
Oh, what's happening?
if I was not my hands facing me, I'd be like, oh, okay. Girl.
You got to breathe
And I
it.
put some stuff on my lips, and I'd be like, okay. And I blow my face, my own face, a few times.
how do
Like,
you blow? Okay.
like,
Oh.
Okay. Yeah,
sober
I've seen
up,
it.
big eyes.
Sober up.
You gotta like get the big eyes, so you dry out the eyes.
Oh yeah. Dry out the
Right?
eyes.
You've seen that before, guys, right?
Wait, dance. Yeah, keep going. Dan's doing everything you say.
Eyes, right? You puppets have seen that. You do it to us all the time. So
Dan's
anyway.
eyes are perpetually dry because they don't have any eyelids.
I think they're both, but anyways.
All right, so
then
then, yeah.
they go like,
I
yeah,
can
okay,
dare
zip it down, breathe down. And they're like, oh, We the Leaf shirt. Who are you promoting? Oh, We the Leaf. Subscribe. Anyways.
Smash the like button.
I thought Ryan's eyes were always moist because he was jerking erect.
Because
Is this all the-
everybody's
What is happening?
common thing if you want to. I've got a room full of
What is? All right,
boys.
like, all right. So the fucking
It goes bonk, and that's
the
it.
inmates
It's all like, oh,
are
bring
like
the women up, and
running
that's
the
exactly what
asylum right
happens in the
now.
book.
Oh my god!
Or the long.
All right, they're. I now I understand it. They're trying to recruit Kay with those.
Like, hey, pull that shirt apart just one more time for us.
Yeah,
Well,
hold on.
and Mistress Dovie's got it right.
It's like, you know,
It's
I mean,
always more titty.
Always more
titty.
titty. Mas
titty,
tatas.
Those tiggle bitties. No.
Tickle bitties. Yeah,
Tiggle
Josh for the
They're
win.
they really are substantially small.
All right, see, yeah, 25% of being girls telling your girlfriends how hot they are, encouraging them to be just a little bit sluttier.
Exactly.
All right, that's
Yeah.
Mistress Dovie's origin
Thank
story.
you, Mistress Dovie. I can always count on her for the truth.
All right, so
And
let
to
me ask
validate.
you.
Wait.
can't handle the
something
truth.
Interesting.
Ha! I know
What's
this.
interesting?
We
Sidar-
all
Sidar-
know.
Wait, something interesting about this part. Doesn't the Aiel, like Maidens of the Spear, like produce or provide the clothes for her or something, like a shawl or something like that?
Yeah, it says that Avienda has supplied the scarf and the sapphires too. Surprisingly, the Aiel woman had a tidy store of such things somehow.
So the Maidens of the Spear, they got their bling and shit. That's cool.
They got
Yeah,
their
they
bling.
got their blades in place and shit. You know?
We also hear
know,
that
you know.
we also hear that Ruark loses a bet. And it says, I lost a good Terran hanging, all hawks in gold thread to Mangan because he thought
That wasn't
Man-
Ruark. No, that was the leader of the.
I'm sorry, Gaul.
Gaul.
Stone
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah. Oh, the
dogs.
nerve of you,
Stone
brother. The
dogs.
gall of you.
Yeah.
So Kay,
Yeah.
is the role of the red scarf to detract from Egwene's sexiness?
Ooh. Queen War.
Because Egwene's like all like covered up, like wearing this wool scarf in the fucking heat of Tear in presumably the summer. And is it to create diametrical opposition to what Elaine is presenting?
You know what? I'm going to be
Yeah,
honest
what's up
with
with
you,
that?
Joshua. and to Dory. And the rest of anybody else who's watching.
And the rest.
How about to yourself?
You're gonna lie to everyone else just to be cheerful with us. Okay.
Anybody else who's watching, I'll give you the answer to that question in a moment. Yeah. Okay.
Never
So
wear a scarf.
basically, like, I don't think that it's like I don't think that it. I do. Yeah. No, I do think it's kind of seductive.
Okay.
The scarf is seductive.
Feels so good to say that and get it off my chest.
Well, what Elaine wears
I do
is...
think that was.
All right, yeah. Matt thinks you're overthinking that.
No, I actually agree wholeheartedly with Josh.
I do too. They're making a point. They want to really.
She's trying to be a more demure and
Right.
passing the baton to Elaine in this. Yeah. So they hussied her up. They kind of pulled down her bodice. Show some cleaves, baby. You got some nice boobies. She's like, okay, fine. And she's like, in fact, I'm going to wear a shawl and just cover completely up.
Low after some little discussion.
And then after
No shoulders for you, Rand.
after you have your discussion with this man, and dismiss him. If I'm in the same room or not, I do not know. Which
So,
I
yeah,
do not know.
throughout-
As Kay said, I do not know if they're in the same room.
Todd, this is
I
for
was
you.
unclear. Anyways, so then she goes, oh, well. And Elaine is sitting on the bed and she's like, oh.
Uh-huh.
Right, yeah, and the baton is actually the dragon's wiener.
Impatiently, but a little bit patiently. So
Passion.
patiently that it's teasingly
Dragon's
patient.
Yeah. I mean, Egwin is still.
And then.
All right, guys, is Egwin a
Rand.
virgin? Is Egwin a virgin right now?
In the book.
Fine.
In the book, but not in this show.
Not in the show.
No, not on the show. No.
What? Aram, Perrin, Rand, who else?
Aaron, I forgot about Aaron, dude.
Amazing.
You want to come look at stars with me? Yeah.
I think Matt's the only one. He's the non-virgin.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Everyone
Matt's-
thinks Matt's a bad guy, but he's the only one that won't fucking tax Egwin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Sid Bowie.
Is
Sid Bowie.
my most favorite.
Sid Bowie's a virgin? There are no
No,
kids.
Sid Bowie's been with Egwin.
There's no
Oh,
Bowie kids.
What?
That's gross. Eric Hargis,
Motherfucking
be
harps.
ashamed of yourself. You know what? Go to sleep
Harpies.
tonight thinking of that image and being ashamed of yourself. Shame, Eric Hargis.
Shame.
Tad
Shame.
All right, so they go in to see Rand. Rand's place is all cleaned up. No more mirrors. Books everywhere, but there's no like blood and shit. Rand's sitting there reading. In his undershirt. I like this. He has his leg
Yeah.
over the chair.
He's like rock star at this point.
Mhm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
got like lines of coke on the mirror, fucking over in the corner, just like.
This is exactly how Axl Rose would read.
Nice kid.
I'm not sure.
Egwin hasn't seen Rand in a while. She's like, how long have I seen him? Months since I've seen this boy. So this is a reunion of sorts. And she is like, hey, hi, it's me. And he's like, did Moraine send you? Fuck Moraine. Did Moraine send you? I hate Moraine. Don't do it. This was she said. She said.
So who is the someone else that Rand thought they might be?
Oh.
That's a good question. What do you think? He says, I thought.
I want to
you
hear
were
everyone else
cool."
answer first.
Well, then it says some
No.
people want things I can't give, things I will not give, and then he jumped into the Moraine talk.
Maybe he thought it was
So what's
Ask
your
the
question, Josh?
again, Josh.
Yeah, Dan
Who
did
would
not
be
help.
anticipating? No, I did actually.
I'm sorry.
You
Go
did.
on.
Who did Rand think that they were? He says, "I thought you were ellipses, someone else."
Oh,
Probably Berlin or what?
Berlin?
Berlin, right?
More like me.
Some ellipses people want things I can't give, things I will not give.
Things I will not give. Yeah.
And he's like, "What do you want? Did Moraine send you?" So yeah, that's where it comes from. He was suspicious off the bat, and he's like, "Oh, it's you.
Right.
I thought you would be someone else."
All right.
So
well,
any thoughts? Who they?
well, yeah. I
who-
mean, like Todd thought it was Berlin.
That's what I was thinking too, Berlin.
Berlin.
Yeah.
I think it seems like it was
Or like
for
other
Berlin.
Mayain. How do you pronounce it? Mayain?
Maine.
Maine.
Pronounce this.
And then going to what?
I wish Chauncey was here.
Chauncey. Oh, we said Chauncey at the same time.
He does have
Yeah,
issues with the High Lords, though. He's like,
He does. It could be the High Lords too. That was the other way to read it. Yeah, it's the High Lords. But then Egwene says, "Don't be a goose."
Yep.
Oh, is that a drinking obligation?
Well, I think it's a nod to what's about to come.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
because they got
good.
Do you like my beard?
Oh, because they goose.
Do you like my Adam Sandler
I
beard?
like that. I like that, Josh.
Oh, that's pretty. Okay, amazing.
Hold on. What's that? What's that, Kay?
Yeah, you're right.
Adam Sandler beard.
Just your
What does that
finger.
mean?
It's flowing in the wind.
Adam Sandler? He had a beard?
You don't know?
Adam
Okay,
Sandler
does
has a
anybody
beard?
on this screen know what the fuck I'm talking about?
Adam
With an
Sandler beard?
Oh my gosh, do fantasy readers not know what Adam Sandler?
What is
Yeah,
this about?
He's a white comedian who plays like a little child
And he
all
goes,
the time, right?
he goes like, yeah, my beard's like it's like
Yeah.
like flowing in the wind.
He pretends like
yeah,
he's
man.
never had sex in his life,
like,
but you know
man.
he taxes every fucking
beard
cover
is
he
flowing
does.
You
in the
know
wind?
what?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm here for your reference. What is it referring to?
It's just about Adam Sandler and his.
Is this so non sequitur?
Is that a beard? Adam
It's such a
Sandler
non
and the
sequitur.
beards?
Yes, it's a total non sequitur. I can move on.
Oh my god.
So sorry. Dan, Brother Dan, I apologize to you and you only.
She's a non sequitur machine.
I am a
I thought
non
that was you,
sequitur
Ryan.
machine. This is constant.
Hey, hey, that's why we're
I'm
married.
worse. I'm worse.
Try and
You
follow a different
marry-
conversation between us. It's like
Oh,
fucking a
God.
Venn diagram of like chaos. It's like two
You
chaos
marry
monkeys
the
having
crazy,
sex.
you know.
You're attracted
Wait,
to
chaos monkeys.
Two chaos monkeys having sex is our relationship.
It's good.
I love it.
It's good. Wait.
It's good. Anyway, carry on.
Oh, yeah.
That was not the non sequitur I
Anyways.
was intending. So
Oh,
it
no.
was just about
MR
the beard and the wind.
Yeah.
But
Well, hey,
that
wake
went
her up
off
and then
course.
treat her right, MR. Hey,
My
hang up the feed and
God.
fucking
Get
dive
out
into-
of that room, then, would you?
Yeah,
Let her your wife-
Hey, well, or yeah, just
let the poor lady sleep.
hey,
Sit on the, lay on the
Nice.
floor.
hey, just mount her like
Nice.
she's always wanted to.
Because you know why MrHowley's laughing so hard? Because he probably understands my Adam
gets the
Sandler beard reference. He gets it.
No,
and
no one-
Well, at least one person who's
No one-
watching gets it.
on the
No one
phone.
in chat has got it
Okay,
yet.
You know what? Fucking on the phone, on the screen.
Is it
But
from
yeah,
Wedding
okay,
Singer?
okay,
Wow, that
okay.
was the highest pitch I've ever heard you make ever.
Well, no, it's not really. Actually, I don't think that's a.
Oh, I love the purple hair, Kay. Yeah, it is a new wig, Dana.
Thank you. Yes, it is. It is. It's dark perps
Yeah.
though. It's the dark perps.
Chaotic Sex
And it's
Monkey
longer
is a brilliant band
and
name. I
straight.
agree.
Chaotic sex monkeys.
Yeah, no.
Fuck
Kay,
yeah.
no
Are there
one-
any
no
other
one in
kind of
chat-
sex monkeys?
No one in chat
Wait,
is
Eric
like.
Hargis, are you our Eric?
Yeah, I think the bonobos are pretty like slow and passionate, aren't they? Aren't they?
Oh man,
colorless?
yeah.
No, they
yeah.
jerk each other off.
Yeah.
Is that chaotic though?
But they do it while looking each other in the eyes, Josh.
Hey, our band name.
Josh, they
Howler-
look each
howler
other in the
monkeys
eyes when
are
they jerk
chaotic.
each other off.
Lou's like, I don't know what I came into. Bye, guys. So,
Before you,
Apparently, I started something here.
About the book.
I'm trying to.
please don't.
Bonobo monkeys.
It's Josh's fault, Dad.
Please don't leave us.
It's all my fault.
Don't leave us.
Blown. Okay, Lou.
Bye.
No, all right. So Elaine knows
You're
Old
funny,
Tongue,
though,
guys.
David.
Guys, Elaine knows the Old Tongue. Rand
Does
was
she?
like,
She's good.
Is that
Does she?
cunnilingus?
Why does she? Why does she, Dan?
you
He
tell me
thinks
what. I've read this book.
From the look in his eyes.
All right. Yeah.
How do you think she knows the Old Tongue, Kay?
How do you think she knows the Old Tongue? Dan?
Josh, how do you think she knows the Old Tongue? I know.
I think
Elaine?
she has an
This
intuition.
is difficult.
Stuff. She's good.
Elaine? How does
Yeah.
Elaine know the Old Tongue?
Yeah.
Because
I want to answer.
she was educated in the palace.
She was palace educated, yeah.
Yeah. What's mysterious
Palace
about that?
educated.
No,
Why
that's
would
what I
they teach
figured
the
as
Old
well.
Tongue? Is that like teaching like Greece? Like
Dude,
old
she made
like
it
Latin
to
or
like
something?
Old Tongue.
Is
Old
Old
Tongue
Tongue
3.
like teaching children Latin these days?
Well, maybe, dude, if we're going with the American thing, maybe Old Tongue is English.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, we've seen
No, it's
Old Tongue, though.
Merkin. It's Merkin.
American.
My Char is Old Tongue.
Isn't that a fake bush? A merkin?
The Merkin?
Isn't that like a fake bush?
A fake bush, like a...
I thought it was a fish.
Like a burning
the
bush?
American
Yeah, what kind of bush?
seared.
No, the
Brussels
like
sprouts.
the female
Cider
bush. A
rice.
merkin is a fake female bush,
Merkin.
right?
Female, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like a Miss Lee
Like
press on
it's
bush.
like- oh,
Come on.
okay.
I
Yes.
can't.
Everyone
Press
knows,
on.
yeah.
Press
These
on
people
bush.
know.
The American.
Yes, our fans. Yeah,
Merkin.
you guys.
Right.
I'm not
Is it-
crazy.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
crazy. Is it?
Is it
You're the one
a
that's crazy. Is it?
piece?
You're driving me crazy. Yeah,
Are
Matt.
you saying? Why are you saying Bush?
All
Ryan.
right, so back to the books.
Ryan Bush. Why are you
Thank
saying
you,
Bush?
thank you, Dana Lou.
The
Right,
nobility
how-
learns the
how-
Old Tongue.
How do I possibly go
Thank you,
back
Dana
to you? Like it's like saying, all right, throw the train off of the rails, and they go, okay, back to driving. And I'm like, wait a minute,
Wait.
wait.
You know
We
what
lost
we're
half the
doing?
cars back there, Ryan.
Damn it.
I just
They're on
gave you
fire.
the transition.
All momentum's gone. I gotta throw coal back.
No,
in.
you won't.
I just-
All right. Let's all
A bridge,
talk to
collapsing is not a transition, Ryan.
Hey, everyone, let's all talk to Dan and
bridge
make him feel better.
collapsing sounds like a very big
All right,
Dan-
focus,
Dan's looking
motherfuckers.
forlornly off to
Focus.
this side.
We're playing with fire here.
Guys, the girls just want to help Rand.
Dan, pull it together.
We're playing with fire. Come on.
Pull it together. You're being a fucking little baby right now.
The girls just want to help Rand.
This is the best
They do.
show we've ever had.
The girls
I
just want to help.
could not
Real.
agree more. Oh, did I say agree? I meant disagree. All right, here we go.
Hang on, drinking obligation. You know about her plans for he began roughly, then made a sudden shift.
Oh man, look at the glistening drops of. Look at that.
Ryan just
You have to rub your forehead with it like Elaine did at the end of the previous chapter.
I made that drink.
Nice,
That's
Josh.
almost sexual
Nice.
right there. This is
Faces.
very sexy right
Beautiful
Right.
drink.
All
It's
right.
translucent and all of the non.
Oh, I gotta cool myself down.
I'm confident that if I was not
Non-nutritional.
on this show, I would be watching it. I know this for a fact.
This show right now, this show?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
This
this
specific
very
show?
show.
This show?
If I-
Oh, this show?
Yeah, if I was
This
not performing, I would be watching it because it's that great.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, right. This is all right. These are vodka and what? Guava.
It is vodka, guava, and a little bit of clementine spritzer.
Pellegrino. Yeah. Sorry. Vodka. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I was trying not to name it by
Vodka,
name.
clementine, and
Vodka,
guava.
Guam,
Yeah.
Wagner, Guam, and what?
Goose.
Did someone
Guava situation.
Oh no, we have
have
a back.
echo?
What's going on?
Sorry. Not sure. We have a guava. We have a situation with a vodka
Did someone
and
say
clementine,
Wagner?
and that's all there is. Drink up.
All right, let's focus. Play some Wagner. Let's focus.
We have some Wagner, some guava, and clementine.
The Valkyries are entering. Brother Dan, take us through.
No. Huh. They're riding.
Fuck yeah, Mistress Dovie. I love you.
Yes.
Come ride with us.
Oh,
all right. What is everyone in the chat drinking? Mistress Dovie, what are you drinking? Let us know.
What are you drinking?
Clearly word soup.
We're being awkwardly specific. How about you?
We like to be awkwardly specific.
Oh yeah. Who remembers the
I'm
child
gonna
busting into
re-up
watching me?
my lip game.
That is so funny.
So let's go to the part where Egwin says, "I told you not to be a fool, Randall Thor."
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, so the girls try to enter Rand's room, and they're like, "We're here to help. We want you to channel." He's like, "I've already tried this shit," and they're like, "But we're strong. Do it for us. We're gonna do this stuff." And so they channel. It says, here's a line actually I wanted to point out to Dory. It's Egwin says she remembered a boy with a lamb nestled inside his coat, proud as a rooster because he had driven off the wolf that tried to take it. He was a shepherd, not a king.
Yeah. I like that too.
Yep.
There's 3 animals in there, each with like distinct features. One that is meek, one that is proud, and one that is, a wolf. I don't know what you would call a wolf.
Hey.
There's so many features. What?
Fierce.
I gotta know what an angel's envy is. Danley, what is an angel's envy? Is that a beer you could buy where you live, or what is that?
Angel's envy, isn't that what Lucifer was? Wasn't he an angel that got all envious of God?
You're right.
Are you drinking a Lucifer?
It does sound like a damn fine drink.
A fallen angel?
No, he was the son. He was the other son of God that got like fucking beeline by Jesus.
So they channel. They channel. They're like, Rand, look at me. We're gonna channel. We're strong. Channel. He's like, I don't see anything. I just feel goosebumps. I don't know, but because you guys freak me out. And then it turns out that
That's
do
him feeling
figure
them.
out. Yes. They determined that, Rand, we got it already. When you feel goosebumps, it's because a woman is channeling near. It says, quote, you can sense a woman embracing the source, Rand. Elaine is doing that just right now.
Yes! Except for that.
It doesn't matter what you see or don't see. You felt it. We have that much. Let's see what else we can do. So go. Yeah, what? Okay.
Oh no, he was. I think that Rand was just like, nope. That's not that.
All right.
It felt very confrontational in this chapter at the beginning, at least. Like with Egwene and Elaine, and it was like, well, Rand is like, no, you think you know what I feel, but you don't know what I feel. You don't know what I can do. And Egwene is like, yeah, fuck you. I've been very much deemed as like somebody that can
She's like, I know exactly what you're
a
feeling.
lot and can I know exactly what you're feeling, and I can do exactly what you do. And he's like, yeah, I don't think so. And so she's like, all right, fine, watch this. And she does her thing, and then Elaine, well, I'm not sure this sequence of events, as I'm recalling them, but you can help me out with that. What happens next? But then also, there's Dan.
Well, where you at?
I don't know.
I'm trying to follow.
All right,
I know. I'm a hard one to follow.
Let's interrupt this tangent. Hedski brings up that he's drinking VV beer. I had to look it up.
Okay.
VV beer is
Victoria Bitter.
Beautiful. I like the bitters.
It's a lager produced in Carlton and the United Breweries in Asahi, Melbourne. So he's drinking a Melbourne beer. I would love to try that.
I can appreciate a good bitter.
What's that, Brother Dan?
Oh, when was that founded?
Oh, good question.
How many kind of different beers do they have?
It was founded in 1854.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's all I got.
That's got street cred.
Yep.
It's got some raw.
I believe that. Yeah, right?
Drinking obligation. They both goose each other. One soft, one
So,
hard. Yeah.
Tapping ass.
Go ahead.
Tapping ass.
So I have this area highlighted here.
Wait, Todd.
Wait,
tapping,
Todd.
what?
Yes,
Tapping ass,
please.
right?
Come on.
Yeah.
What?
You want to
right?
expand
Can
on
you?
that?
I would love for you to. Yeah.
Are you telling me you don't know what tapping ass means?
We know. We want you to
are
hear
you
this.
asking me if I did it today, or are you asking me if I know what it is?
Jory, say it.
Well, no. This is the part.
We just want to hear you say it.
This is where Rand, uses the one power to tap some ass.
Yeah. Yes.
Yo.
And then he gets
And
his
Robert
ass
Jordan's
tapped.
having fun. And then he gets his ass tapped even harder back.
Yeah, there's some hard ass tapping. You're right. He like ran around in a comical circle like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
And Robert Jordan was pumped on this part, I think. Like he's been waiting to talk about this. How people can use the one power. He's like, he's thought about it.
Robert Jordan was pumped. Is that a drinking obligation?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
No, he's been waiting to talk about what people can do with the one power. And here it is.
Yeah.
This was his moment.
This is like PG-13. Like this is him using the one power.
Yeah.
You think that was good, baby?
Yeah. You can only extrapolate.
Exactly, Tigger.
Exactly, Tigger.
Don't even fuck around.
You got diligent or
Double G-I-R.
Guys,
like that.
episode
Anyways.
66 is maybe our best ever. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
You're so happy.
You're so happy for the TIG.
He's giggity and it's happy.
Giggity. I'm so happy.
I read that when I was saying happy, and I said happy.
Giggity.
Oh my god. Daily fucking ruined me right there.
Good night.
And close.
I'm so happy, everybody. I'm happy.
Everyone's so happy. I'm so happy. You're so happy. You're so happy. It's a Tuesday night and we're feeling all right.
So
they're
back to what I was asking.
Yeah, please. Let's wrap this up.
Like 6 minutes later.
6 minutes later.
So Rand Stigmata. Let me just read the quote.
Okay.
Carefully, she spun out hair-fine flows of air and water and spirit, the powers used for healing, and felt his old injury. One touch, and she recoiled, shivering, snatching back her weaving. Her stomach churned as if every meal she had ever eaten wanted to come up. sounds a lot like how Rand describes channeling the true source, right? It all seemed all the darkness in the world rested there in Rand's side. All the world's evil in a festering sore, only lightly covered by tender scar tissue. So what do you guys make of this symbolically? That Rand carries around the seed of the world's evil inside of himself.
Yeah, it's like
I think almonds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Todd. Go.
Is that original sin?
Yeah. It's like Shadow Logoth blade with Matt. Like Rand has this infection in him that will stay with him for who knows how long. That the Aes Sedai can't heal.
Mm-hmm.
It says,
It's a
quote,
bad
it
one.
seems that all the darkness in the world rested there in Rand's side. All the world's evil and a festering sore, only lightly covered by tender scar tissue. Why
say
was
something?
he not
Okay.
weeping?
What? Why
You were about
was
to
he
say
not
something,
what?
right? Weeping.
Why was he not weeping?
Yeah.
That's
from
what
all
it says in the
wounds,
text.
Yeah. Two rivers strong.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, so yeah,
gosh.
that
I mean,
yeah,
it seems like I agree with Todd. I mean, or Ryan too. I mean, it does like we've already seen the inversion of the original sin mythology here in the text, right? Where men carry the mark of original sin in the form of the taint.
Yeah.
And here we
breaking the
have
world and the taint. Yeah.
Yeah, here we have the stigmata as the seed or like the embedded reflection. Like Rand is the dragon, but he carries with him this egg essentially of evil within himself, as does the taint on the one true source inside R. It's just
No, that's a good point.
Well, let me ask you then, Josh, do you buy Moraine's theory that whatever happened was this miasma of just Dark One bubble?
I do.
Or was it, did it fester from Rand himself then? You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she said specifically when
I
asked,
mean, it feels like a weird type of like. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ryan.
go for it.
It feels like a weird type of situation where she's trying to explain something and doesn't know how to. Because a bubble in the freaking pattern feels like a bullshit Aes Sedai excuse of a situation, honestly, to me. But, I mean, I'm just saying that.
No, nice.
Saying
nice.
that. So,
But when asked later, can anything be done by it? She said, well, when he can control the power,
yeah.
maybe he will be able to repel the miasma. But until then, which is interesting, it seems to have something to do with his abilities somehow.
well, miasma is not controlled by the one
your-
power. So,
yeah,
I
but
mean,
your
that's
asthma is not my asthma.
Yeah, it's
albuterol,
very
right?
different. Yeah, totes different. So it's like so many.
But it is attracted more, the miasma is attracted more to, or pulled more to the TAVERN, right?
Yeah, no, it gets to
What's
the
her
question
theory?
though, like if Matt and Perrin were actually physically, like Case and I said, like if they were physically away from Rand, they would not have had the bubble of evil hit them, because there's some sort of like
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with
Google
that.
Earth kind of like proximity thing. But you,
think
okay,
it's
Then it
so
was targeted.
I think that they're TAVERN, and you can imagine it like gravity. Like their TAVERN-ness is like the more gravity within the field of meaning, right? And so it's pulled to them like, is a puckered scar double entendre enough to warrant an obligatory
I mean,
drink?
MR Howley is seconding it, so we got.
If
Yeah,
MR
we have-
Howley,
we have
if
to
he
go
says
for it then.
Yeah, then yeah. We are slaves to MrHowley.
And we are your slaves, Mr. Howley.
Is puckered scared.
My liver is your
Jeez.
demise.
Yeah.
By the way,
liver-
MrHowley, your stickers are on the way, baby. You should get them by Friday.
But I do
Emily, we bow down to you.
I think that the reason why Rand's experience was so much more intense, and I think we maybe touched on this last episode, is because he is more TAVERN than Perrin, who is more TAVERN than Matt, and so their experiences were proportional in relation. Why am I echoing?
I don't know, but
Case headphones.
But you
was
think Matt's
proportional
third?
in relation to their TAVERN-ness. Yeah, I think Matt's third.
Why?
Because he's
Did
the
he
least.
almost died less than Matt Perrin, or did he have?
Yes. His experience was only a few brief moments long, and it drew blood from him and passed. Whereas Perrin's was like many seconds long, and threatened him for an extended period. Right, and then Rand's was like minutes and minutes long, and led to him being sliced all over, like Perrin had been by the fucking hawks.
Why? Well,
Yeah, so
I have
yeah,
so many
right,
questions about this.
Lay 'em on me.
You're right. So like, could it be that like was Perrin like Matt was in some sort of like tavern away from the palace,
The castle.
the castle, and
the High Lord
but Perrin and Rand were in proximal distance, probably closer because Perrin was in a castle dorm, right, a room, right?
That's a very good point, right?
Oh, actually, there is a point where Perrin thinks about Matt or Rand being in proximity to him.
Right.
I think he thinks he's like Rand's just like right above me.
Not right up there, right?
I think there was a part in the book where he mentions that. I don't know. I can't remember.
I mean, if it's a bubble expanding from Rand, then yeah, that makes sense, right? It's like a ripple in the water, right? The wave becomes smaller as it pulls away from the rest. The weave in space and time is TAVERN is graviton dense. My aspect evil like a dark. Yeah, right. Exactly, Benjamin. Yes, that's how I imagine it too.
Explain why exactly, because I don't even understand what BR said.
Explain yourself.
The weave. What weave? The weave is
The
space.
The weave of the age
space,
lace.
time,
The age lace.
And TAVERN are
The pattern.
The age lace, dude.
Are graviton dense.
He's going
Yes.
along with my image of them being
I
bodies
saw
within
that.
a field of gravity,
Okay.
where their TAVERN-ness sets the proportion of the attraction of the miasma to them.
But also, Eric Hargis said definitely.
You mansplain too much, Joshua.
No, he doesn't.
All right, we're 2
No.
hours in. We got 6 more
There's
No,
one
he
word.
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
one word.
All right,
No,
I knew that was going to trigger somebody. I don't buy that Matt is left.
TAVERN
It's
than
TAVERN
Perrin.
than Perrin, yeah.
Thank you, Dana Lou, and I love
Well,
you
We're entitled to our own opinions, are we not?
because we are
No, I think-
entitled to our own opinions.
Yeah,
and
Matt was,
they
Matt was at the
tend
stone too, but he
to-
was at a tavern.
He was outside of the stone.
Yeah, he was outside in a tavern, like gambling it up. Right?
Gambling with the wealthy ones, wealthy
Right.
kids.
Right.
But I mean, maybe they were gambling in the stone. I don't know.
Okay,
I
can we
like, I
move
just
on?
know
Yeah.
they weren't like in the dorm. Like
I thought you had many questions. Do you have questions?
Can we go
Who-
on?
who
I don't
does
care anymore? Can we
Who
go on?
does
I will
it?
say this though. I think Matt being infected by the shatter of Logoth blade makes him less TAVERN. I think.
Oh shit!
Like-
I like that.
I'm sorry, Dana. I
To
disagree.
Dory.
No, I like that. No. Oh. Sorry, Dana.
I think it has
Oh,
All right.
actually,
I like
wait.
Love
I think High Lord's gamble in house. Okay, so there might not be like a distance thing. I mean, like I always thought Matt's bubble of evil was just as dangerous as Perrin's. Perrin had like some sort of romantic like save yourself moment, like platoon style, but like Matt just like could have.
The Matt's was like a flash of an eye. I'm not saying it was any less dangerous, but it was the duration of it and the intensity of it was less.
Well, maybe Matt.
So
than
does
Terran
this
and less
don't
than
have
Rand.
bars and shit?
I mean, if Matt didn't kill those cards, though, it could have lasted longer.
They're in a
Didn't
tavern.
Matt get stabbed? Didn't he get stabbed by one of the cards though?
He did. He got stabbed in the hand
He
by the
did!
Conroy.
By the Amerlin, yeah.
Yes, he was very much stabbed.
All right, actually,
there was blood
Day,
inflicted.
Day is saying,
Hey, Day.
why all the overtaking? If you're over a point, let others speak until they are too, and then we can move on. No need to railroad over them while they speak. ...
That's a
right,
good
Day.
day.
I would like to say
Good
hello,
day.
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 Hi,
Hey, welcome
baby.
to the show,
Hi,
Day.
Day.
That's
Welcome
a
to the
great
show.
point.
We love
That's a
you.
great
I
point.
think
Let's
we
all
all
talk
feel
over
like
each
that's a
other while we
great
tell her.
point.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Day. Oh,
can I
hey,
can I
there's-
shut you the fuck
hey,
up until
hey,
I can talk
hey,
over you?
Why all the overtaking?
Our fucking point.
Why all the overtaking right now?
I'm doing this as a point.
I hope that they post. I hope they post this night with the opposite point.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Why is
man,
everyone?
No, we're good.
Just jab everybody in the stomachs or the heads with the butt of my knife.
Oh my God! The closer you
Keep
get to
going.
the mic, the crazier it is, Tigger.
It is so crazy. Hey, Day, you know what? You make a good point. We're getting better each and every time we do this.
Yeah, we're trying, Dave.
But I think that
We have a
this is just indicative of the passion that we have. So hang in with us. We make it points that are- and I think it's a beautiful day.
Hey, you know, if Day would stay in chat for like 3 more months and make positive
Yes,
comments,
stay back. No more, Kay. Back up. No more. Back up.
Day,
There you go.
if you play your cards right, Day, you could be on the show yourself.
Yeah.
Many chat members have been on the show themselves.
All right, let's move. Oh, go.
I'm just talking to Day. I'm
Go
not-
ahead. No, I'll wait. Go ahead. Yeah.
You know what, brother Dan?
No, I think it was done.
The floor is yours.
Hey guys, you want to get back to the book a little bit?
Just only a tip.
So,
The full shaft, please.
all right,
Please, full
let's
shaft.
recap. We got. I'm gonna get back on the tracks, and we're gonna go.
The full shaft.
Elaine and Egwin are there, trying to see if trying to mess with Rand. See, all right, we're gonna channel with you. He felt goosebumps. They're like, all right, you channel with us, and he's like, all right. They're like, channel, do something, would you? He's like, you want me to do something? He fucking picks him up. He starts throwing fire into the fireplace. He makes chairs and tables dance. A tall stag and wolves above the fireplace begin to soften and slump. Then streams of gold and silver flowed out from the mass. All this shit was happening. Abruptly, the tables just blew up into fire. Books were flying all around. He's like, oh, everything was just nuts. And then he's like, oh yeah, sorry. He put them down. He released their weaves.
No, Kay, it sounds like Kay and I's first date, right?
Go on.
Sometimes on a first date that happens.
Nice.
The feather bed was tore up.
Why not?
Egwin says, oh, I'm going to clean up. She gets all the feathers together with some air, puts them on the mattress. And Rand says, quote, sometimes it runs wild. Sometimes there's nothing there when I reach for it. And sometimes it does things I don't. I'm sorry. Perhaps you had better go. But Egwin is like brave. She's like, nope, I ain't leaving. Even though you just, I don't know, picked me up against my will. We're all good.
Shoved me against a wall.
It says, quote, but she could not just
will
walk
leave.
away. That would be the same as quitting, and she was not made that way. End quote. Strung two river shit. Tyshar, Egwin.
Tyshar, America.
They ask Rand how he does it. They're like, all right, how do you embrace your sores? He's all, embrace? Fuck. It's more like wrestling. And he describes it. He describes the flame in the void. Egwene recognizes this. She's like, oh, yeah, this is what Tam used to do. He's like, yeah. Land does it too. Lots of people do it. Lots of people do it.
It's called the oneness. Celine calls it the oneness.
Yeah.
She would though.
She would.
Yeah, she also is like she owns the oneness.com and she sells herbal medicines and Benoit balls.
Coming to you from the Oneness, selling
Yeah.
herbal everything, bioproducts and
Bioproduct.
massive blueberries.
I got it. It's all mine.
Up your anus in a second. And that's
Anal
our
Massive blueberries.
click of the day.
Oh yeah, you don't know if you don't know about blueberry enemas, you're missing out.
I
Come
think
to
you really
All right, 5
are.
more minutes.
Come to the oneness.
come to the oneness.com.
15 more seconds.
Yeah. You think you know health and wellness. You don't know health and wellness until you visited the oneness.com. Blueberry enemas are just
Blueberry
a
enemas.
tip. Let's
tip.
And let's get to the
It'll
shaft.
solve just the tip
The shaft
of your
includes
problems today.
the-
Thank you and good night.
All right.
Back to you, brother Dan.
Let's just talk over each other. That's a great segment. All
Sorry,
right,
yeah. I think
moving
so.
on.
We're moving on.
Did anyone else think of Fantasia with the fucking tables dancing?
Yeah,
Yes.
a little bit. Yeah, I did.
I often think about that whilst reading this book.
Fantasia.
Well, it's the first
Interesting.
fantasy situation that I've really fantasy.
Got exposed to.
Boo-hoo. I really think it's more science fiction, actually. But it is
Fantasia?
more
I'm
like...
just kidding.
Well, no, Fantasia's not
I'm just-
science fiction.
I'm just kidding. I know. I kid.
You got it.
Oh, thank you, Dana Lou-hoo. I am wild tonight.
She's side art tonight.
Sorry. I don't think that I'm
Okay,
like totes. Yeah.
Hey, it's my wife you're talking
I'm
about.
a yap.
Okay, yeah. Be careful, guys.
Better than being on
I'm
two.
just no. It's okay. They can say what they need to say.
Yeah. I've accidentally
I'm gonna-
taken 2 and it's not good.
Wait, what? No, just kidding.
Yep. All right, that explains a lot. Perfect. All right.
That's a perfect segue.
Are we back to me?
Back to the end of the chapter.
Never. Oh yeah.
Please, Brother Dan. Continue, please.
So Celine, I still have this theory about Celine, like having access to something outside of the one source. I mean, she calls it the oneness, right? But the Aes Sedai don't, when she's, I know we've talked about this before, but when she's doing her shape-shifting or like using the equivalent of the one power, using the oneness, they don't see it as sight in, right? They don't see the glow around her.
Correct.
So I wonder how what we're learning here ties into that, but
Women who can channel can see when a woman who can channel embraces.
So what was Celine doing when she was shapeshifting? Is it something besides using sight in? Is it something outside of the one true source? I don't think we have the answer yet, but it's been something I've been wondering about all along.
It's a very good question.
It's an ancient power that's awakening. Yeah.
It's Calgon.
It's Calgon.
Agreed. I don't know what. I don't know.
Because the
What's
80s
that?
are ancient.
What's that, Kay?
No.
Yep.
No, I didn't want to.
Oh yeah, Josh Raffo, you're getting Raffoed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I didn't want to interrupt.
Go on.
Anyways,
No. Go on.
So.
No, it's a great.
Nope, I'm good. Everyone said,
Did anyone else pick up on the sexual, like the gender sexuality implications here, right? Like
Whom?
the women's the way that the girls describes interacting with Saidin is through surrendering to it.
Oh, yeah,
Whereas Rand talks about Saidar as this kind of like buck wild,
It's like molten,
Yes,
molten
it was
metal,
more
an
like-
ocean of fire. He says.
Yeah.
He's if I surrender to it, it'll consume me. He's
right.
Right.
Definitely some stuff going on there. I don't exactly know how to.
It's interesting, no less. And no matter if we like understand it at this point or not, I think it is interesting to the way that Robert Jordan actually wrote it, in the
Good
way that
point,
he's like bringing in all the things to any woman channeling and any man channeling is like a fucking.
Yeah, like
But is that because of the taint?
Like
Right.
Exposure.
It's a hard on.
Hard on
Right.
of self exposure, of self doubt, of all these insecurities or major securities and masculinities within character.
Well, let's read that quote in full context, though, Josh, if I may.
The
It says-
rosebud's petals open out to the light of Saidar, and I let it fill me. All light and warmth and life and wonder, I surrender to it, and by surrendering, I control it. That was the hardest part to learn, really, how to master Saidar but submitting. But it seems so natural now that I do not even think about it. That is the key to it, Rand, I am sure.
Right,
Well,
but Rand says, Egwin, if I surrender even for a minute, Saidin would consume me. It's like a river of molten metal, an ocean of fire, all the light of the sun gathered in one spot. I must fight it to make it do what I want. Fight it to keep it from
Eating me
from
up, being eaten up.
Yeah.
Mhm. But so would that be true if it wasn't tainted? Like if Saidar was untainted, would his experience be the same? Furthermore,
That's a good
furthermore, is it because of his intensity of are all male channelers able to open the full torrent, or is it because he's the Dragon Reborn? Right?
Mm-hmm. Very good points. Very good points.
I mean, yeah. I don't think we have the answers, but
Raffo.
No.
I think that's why our chat is like, yeah, totally like Raffo.
Well, here's another thing, though. So they say, can you tell the weaves apart? And he says, sometimes. But, quote, not usually. I just take what I need to do what I want. Fumble for it mostly. It's very strange. Sometimes I need to do the thing, and I do it, but only afterwards do I know what I did or how.
Which is how the rest of them describe it. Yeah. The women describe it too. Well, at least the Manetherans describe.
It's how I describe my sex life.
Later, he also says, when I want fire, good one, right? When I want fire for a lamp or a fireplace, I just make it.
Yeah,
but I do not know how. I don't really need to think to do things with fire. So
that
fire
stood to reason.
Instinctual for him.
Fire and earth had been the strongest in men of the Age of Legends, and air and water and women.
Yeah,
Spirit had been shared equally.
He also said that he put out the fire by, quote, I took in the heat from the table and spread it into the stone in the fireplace. A fireplace wouldn't even notice that much heat. And Elaine's like, what the fuck did you just do?
Yeah.
Right.
She tried to do it with a little lantern and burnt her arm all up and had to get healed. This is a very hard thing to do. Plus, Rand was splitting 12 weaves when
12 weaves, yeah.
Egwin was like,
I can't even do 2 is exponentially harder than 1, and 4 is exponentially harder yet again.
Yes.
Hey Josh,
And-
real quickly, let's
Real
satisfy
quick.
let's
Yeah,
let's
we're gonna
satisfy a
have to
debate. What do male channel? Which part of the one power do men channel?
Side in, right?
Okay. And women channel what?
Sidar?
Okay. That's all. Keep going.
You've been saying it.
It was a very hot
time.
debate going on in chat.
Chat's fucking freaking out.
All right.
I've been following you, Josh.
Get
I've been right
I
there
didn't mean
with
to interrupt
buddy.
you. Hey, I'm
gonna
I'm bridging. I'm bridging.
You're
the host.
I probably said it backwards. It's not. I mean, it's like there's nothing to hold on to with this fucking terminology.
There's nothing to hold on.
Yeah, they're
to.
very similar. You're right.
It ends with the lamest breakup ever.
But hang on, one last thing.
Please.
If Rand's natural affinity is fire, doesn't it make sense that he could take fire in and expel it, whereas it would burn out someone whose natural affinity is air and water?
Huh. Ooh. Wait, what do you mean take in fire, though? What do you mean by that?
He takes in the heat from the fire and sends it back out to the fireplace. The thing we were just talking about before inside our question came up.
Yeah.
I mean,
so do you
it
think that
seems
all
logical.
male channelers can do that?
I mean,
And
it could
women
be
just
to
don't
do
have
with
that
his
affinity?
power, the amount of power he has, or it could be that if you're a fire channeler, that is easier for you to do than if you're air and water, or
Right.
So wait,
But
men
the-
can do. Men.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Todd.
Well, there's like a distinction, I guess. They're saying between the 5 powers. Men have fire and earth, and women are
air and water.
Air and water.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yep.
don't know. Like we were saying earlier.
But we also hear that Rand is significantly. I mean, this was an eye-opening event for Egwene. She's like, oh yeah, we're stronger than Moraine. We're probably close to Rand. We're probably peers in this thing. No, Rand is head and shoulders stronger than anything. This was a mind-blowing event. When she was held in the air, there were weaves going on. She's like, holy fuck, what the fuck is going on? And then later, so when Rand is able to just take the fire away, it may be that he is just leveled up
Yeah.
that high.
Nice.
Or it might be
Leveled
that
up.
anyone, yeah.
Wait, but anybody who doesn't know how, like, some sort of game on... Does everybody know that? That's an honest question. Does
Right,
everybody know how, like, to level up, what level up means on a game?
Yeah, I imagine everyone in
I
the
feel
chat.
like it's
yeah.
like a common term. Like,
I imagine that's pretty.
in this chat, probably, right?
Yeah.
I assume. But what do you think? I mean, is that your feeling, guys, that this is what's happened? Or is it just that any male channeler can do what Rand was doing because he just has different affinities?
I just wrote, whoa. I was like, working 2 flows at once was far more than twice as hard as working one of the same magnitude. Like it continues on in like its most magnificent form, and it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I think that he has access to like the unbridled nature of sighting.
All 4.
And the women.
Is that from the Eye of the World experiences? Like, do you think like going?
Yeah, well, just like what happened when he killed Ishamael? Was that who he killed?
Balsamon.
Ishamael as Balsamon, but yeah.
Which one was it?
But which one was it?
Which time?
Maybe
Like,
the
just the
other
fact
2
that he-
readers don't know. I'm just kidding.
But that experience of like walking the tightrope. I mean, it was like he was in unbounded space, the unbounded space of the one power. So whether he's leveled up, I mean, it could be both, right, Dan? Like he is both leveled up, and potentially his affinity, or both, and his potential affinity with fire as being a man could be part of it as well as just the fact that his affinity is with fire, not just from being a man, and all male channelers might be able to do this. But all three of those things can be true.
Yep. Yep.
Or a mix of them. You know, we don't know the answer, but I think they're all reasonable.
This might
connected.
be one of the few times that in history that female channelers are like actually on decent terms trying to understand male channeling. I mean, I guess Moraine did it. Has done
Well, prior to the breaking of the world, they fought side by side, right? And they worked side by side.
Correct, but that was 3,000 years ago.
They did the best works. They did the most powerful works together. Yeah.
So for them to come in and to be like, I mean, more or less assaulted by Rand when he picks them up and scares the
Cuts
fuck
them
out
off.
of them.
They were pretty pissed about that too. So that was like
they
they
were
were totally comfortable with that, but they didn't confront him until like
they didn't
afterwards,
leave
long
though.
after
They
the
could have
fact.
left.
Yeah, they could have left. You're right.
They could have,
left.
and she was like, "No, no, this is my boy. I'm ride or die, and I'm gonna figure this shit out, no matter how scared I am."
Total DV.
Ride or die.
Yeah, this was like this is a bridge, a constructive moment between, male side in and side air. Egwene's trying to like bring them back together in this moment.
Yes.
Yes. What Dan was saying earlier, that's a great fucking point.
Yep.
I didn't think about that. That's like a fucking important
Yeah.
moment.
No, that
Huge.
is. It's a
Huge.
great
In
point.
3,000 years, Egwene is fucking leading the
But then
charge.
right after she breaks up with our boy.
She's progressive. Oh, right.
I love the last sentence of the chapter too.
Woke as fuck.
Everyone said the two Revers men were stubborn.
Woke. Same amount of letters.
What, Josh?
Yeah.
Anyway.
The last two.
J-O-S-H.
Go on, Jesus Christ.
Crazy.
Yes, Josh.
Time out.
You threw her in the sin bin?
Put her in
Melody
timeout.
box?
Everyone said the two Rivers men were stubborn. They could not match the two Rivers women. It's just,
I love that.
yeah, just.
Could not match, yeah.
Could not match.
And it was in regards again to Rand. So she was thinking that horrible wound and the madness were problems for later, but they would be dealt with eventually. So she, it's like kind of putting on her to-do list that she always crosses everything off the to-do list. So it's like, hey, if I put it on this list, it's gonna happen.
Like men's prophecies.
So they break up.
So what does a fish and a bird make together? A pterodactyl.
Flying fish.
Oh,
flying
fish.
pterodactyl. I like that. Yeah. What are those like mud
A
skippers?
phoenix. Yeah, mud skipper, mud dauber. Or
Furred.
I mean, fuck a platypus,
Furred.
man.
A bat.
A bat? Yeah.
A winged rat? No.
Guys, I love you like a brother. Yeah, thanks. So this is pretty interesting because this is told through Egwene's point of view. She thinks she's breaking up with Rand, right? She's like, all right, I don't love you anymore. Well, first she says, I can't marry you. And he's like, yeah, I dig it. Who would want to marry this, right? And she's like, no, I don't love you. He's like, wait, you don't love me? She's like, well, yeah, I mean, like a brother. And he says, quote, Egwene, I do not want to marry you either. I did not want to change. I didn't try to, but it happened. If you knew how much this means to me, not having to pretend, not being afraid I'll hurt you. I never wanted to do that, Egwene, never to hurt you. And she says, she very nearly smiled. He was putting on such a brave face. He was actually quite close to convincing.
Oh.
Yeah,
But this is again from her internal dialogue.
Yeah, she needed
Correct.
to roll a perspective check for sure.
He's a
Quite close at convincing, and I think that honestly, she's just projecting at this point. She's
Yep.
like, oh,
I
I
agree.
really
He's like,
don't.
oh
I
my
don't want
God.
you.
This monkey is off my back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Min's
He's like,
all over
"Oh,
my
man."
dick.
And then, and she,
Wow.
well, I love the symbolism of as soon as she gets out, she takes off the scarf,
Yep.
literally like removing a
"Where's
weight from her
Aaron?"
shoulders.
She's like, I'm gonna go
I
find
just-
Aram. Where the fuck is that guy?
That heavy ass.
Nice. Yep.
Well, could it be Josh and Todd and Kay that this was Scarf was her covering her true feelings?
Her true feelings, yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it's a red scarf.
It is a red scarf, yeah. And I mean, I got the impression, like when she,
And she was gonna be gentle with him.
well, when she removed it, it felt like she was about to, like, I got this feeling of like, oh, now she's gonna go find a new man.
Yeah.
Aram, dude.
Yeah,
She's gonna
totally.
go after the Tua thing, the Tinks.
Golly.
Aram's still out there, right?
Well, but hold on. She breaks up with him and she leaves and is like, right on. I set it up perfectly for Elaine. However, her last thoughts were of Rand, of fish and birds, and this whole thing. Something had to be done, so a way had to be found. This is all regarding Rand. So even though she leaves, she doesn't just shed her thing and be like, fuck you, move on to her next stage in life.
It seems like she still has a responsibility.
She's still invested,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah,
Correct,
she's still,
yes.
like feeling responsible towards whatever Rand does.
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting how they all have different ways of referencing their role in it.
Thank you, Dana. I don't think Queen does, but yeah.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
I don't think
Like
she
the-
does need a man.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Perrin takes it as like his responsibility. Matt wants to kind of blow it off, but finds he can't. Nynaeve sees them in a motherly way, like shepherding them, and her perspective is slightly different yet again, right? Where she feels responsible, like a brother or a sister, like a brotherly sisterly thing, but also like is not willing to shrug it off.
To me, yeah, she has actually. This is like a cause. To me, this is like a signifier. Maybe she's a blue Aja.
Yeah, which she was in her vision, right? One of her visions, anyways.
Because she was like, oh.
Is she burning bras in the next book?
Shut the fuck up. Is she burning books in the next book?
Is she burning books in the next bras?
I don't.
Is it?
Anyway.
Is there anything else that
nope.
you guys wanted to point out in this chat? All right. Hey, thanks, guys. Take care.
No.
He just falls over limply.
I don't know what to. I mean, I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. I feel like I'm hurting.
Cats.
You're hurting a herd of cats.
No, cats you can manage. I was trying to I don't know.
Exactly.
So I'll say it again, guys. First time readers, is there anything else that
Nope.
I didn't?
Stop it, Ryan!
It's
Cheese and rice! Let Brother Dan speak.
all right. Next week we'll do 3 chapters. We're doing 8, 9, and 10.
Nice. Okay.
I'm
Awesome.
very excited because I already read chapter 8.
Oh, cool. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, man.
It is.
I read it too. It was good.
All right.
I
Thanks
thought we were
everyone.
doing all 3. So.
Me too.
All right,
But I'm
everyone, have a great
stoked.
night.
Cannot
Night,
wait to
everybody.
see you all next week.
Cheers.
Love you.
Hey.
Night.